streaming, and we should be live. Live in 5.
What? Okay. Cool. I'm ready. I'm getting in the zone. I feel it. No, but let's see. It's crazy that this is the second week in a row you're actually wrong about your JJK opinions, but we'll get into that.
I don't think I've ever been wrong a day in my life, but, we can get to that another time.
Key point being you don't think.
Ha ha ha. You're hysterical, bro.
I know, dude. I find myself so funny. It actually is kind of painful. Let's see though. 7 people in here already.
Yeah.
Nice.
Hi, Liv. By the way, Liv, you little stinker. I went on Twitter and I saw that you didn't follow me. So,
Don't follow him.
That's what I thought, bro. I refuse to be gaslit by my own audience. Okay, it's not gonna happen.
Did you say you're second? You're third, buddy. Check the chat. Hey guys, remember me? No, never heard of you. Don't remember you at all. Actually, in fact, I think I don't like you. Leave. You smell.
Hey, wait, aren't you the guy that started the Breams thing?
Silence.
Oh.
Silence. He will be excommunicated. Understood?
Hey.
No, but
Hey, Justin, thanks for coming out to my One Piece stream on Friday, man. Really appreciate you.
objective facts versus creams. We back. That's fucking hilarious. I like that. I like that so much.
Dude,
cool.
Liv,
What's
you are
up, Tessera?
not about to gaslight me again. I even
Gaslight him.
screenshotted it. I even screenshotted it because I knew.
He said he's got the fucking evidence.
Yeah, bro. Liv. I'm literally. I wish I could. Hold on. I'll pull this up on stream in front of everybody. I'll do this. I'm this petty.
Oh my god.
I am actually this petty. Hold on.
Oh, my favorite.
Okay, I accidentally disconnected the call from BR, so we're just gonna pretend like I didn't do that. All right. Hold on.
Let's see.
Yeah, accidentally hung up because the spike got in the way.
That's fucking hilarious. So they couldn't hear anything that I said? Nice. Chat, let me ask you this. What did you guys think of Black Clover and JJK's chapters? I need to see if you agree with me or if you're wrong.
Hold on. All right, let's find you, Liv.
And JJK 10 out of 10. Oh, just sent you a real screenshot? That's wild. You're gonna get gaslit.
Bro, Liv, what are you saying right now? Look at this.
Oh my god,
yeah.
Testro being a fucking weirdo.
That's what I fucking thought, Liv. That's what I fucking thought. Okay? I refuse to be like set up like this on my own stream. Okay? So exactly. Look at that BR. Look at it.
No, I won't. I don't have the stream pulled up. I trust Liv more than you, sorry, buddy.
What do you mean you don't have to? Bro, pull up the stream right now.
No. I trust Liv more than you. In fact, you know what? In my experience, Liv is correct and you're not. Sorry. I don't care whatever empirical data you have to pull up.
Yeah,
and Liv said that's not even her, you dumbass.
Bro, that sounds like some shit. Bro, Liv, isn't that you?
Oh my god, you're being made a fool of on stream. That's actually insane. I could not have orchestrated a better story.
BR, you have no idea how close you are to pushing me over the edge right now.
Go ahead, go over the edge, jump, swan dive, spin.
All right, so
as in the words of a goat, maybe you'll come back with a better quirk next time.
Okay, great. So, fun fact, cool development while you guys were between now and last stream. We got some very interesting fan art. The first fan art we've ever had done of us. BR, would you like me to show it on stream right now?
No, I don't. I think if you wanna see it, go find it for yourself.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
That's what I'm saying. Interesting.
Check your
do you want to make the other announcement by yourself, or do you want my help still?
Yeah, I mean, I'd prefer if you held my hand.
Yeah. That's what I thought. You hold your gun, I got mine, buddy. So
okay.
Anyways, yeah. Look at Testro making a fool of himself in the chat, as always. Glad to have you back, buddy. I didn't see you in last stream, so it's good that you're back on your consistent bullshit. I appreciate it. Let's see. Show it, don't let BR stop you. I will ban you. You know I have the ability to do so. Um,
Okay. Liv just sent me hers. I'll follow her right now. Liv, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I thought I came prepared with
yeah,
receipts
yeah.
and everything, but it's also like, how many people have the name Live Harder? All right. This
Two at
one's
least, it seems.
yeah, right. Which is more than there should be. Honestly, it's like okay.
Live starting a movement.
All right, Liv. I just followed you. I'm really sorry.
Ha. Hilarious, hilarious, hilarious.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh anyway, bright side though. We can get straight into the announcements. Wow, the chat is popping off. Um I understand my feelings, so now I move faster than Mach 3.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Bro, I hate that
As
Tesla
we
just
both
made me
should.
laugh. That I don't know, I kind of feel gross now.
Yeah.
I'm satisfied. Anyway, how y'all doing? Yeah, we're doing pretty good. I mean, I'm doing okay. BR's, he's never had a good
Feeling
day.
excellent. I'm feeling excellent. Feel elated. That's right. I use the word elated. Anyways, cool. I think we've kind of talked about, or not talked about, but we kind of been getting the pulse of the of people's feelings on these chapters. Some people think JJK dropped a 10 out of 10 chapter. You have like people like Tester, and I think someone else saying it was like kind of garbage.
I said it was. I mean, I said it was all right.
Yeah, yeah, you did say it was all right. So two different types of wrong opinions. And it's gonna be interesting. I think it's gonna be interesting. Um,
So fucking
yeah.
cocky, man.
Tester actually told me that he hates women and by proxy Maki in DMs. So
Wait, Tessero, the
um,
same guy that likes Seven Deadly Sins?
mhm.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, yeah,
on
it
brand.
literally all connects. It
Yeah.
literally all connects. I'm sick of her. Bro said I don't want to see women develop in my manga. That's crazy. That's absolutely insane. Mm, 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 mm.
You know what's crazy, bro? Tessero kept hitting me up in the last 2 weeks of August saying he was a top G.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, it was weird. Didn't you said you got those texts too, right?
I actually I think now that you mention it, I tried to suppress that memory, but yeah, I did. He said he's an Andrew Tate fan too, like a pretty big one. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of wild that he sent me this like weirdly photoshopped diploma saying he quote was an official graduate of Hustlers University.
Yeah, it's actually quite insane. Um, ah, yeah, yeah. Honestly, just a weird guy. Gotta keep an eye on him. Uh, Kind of concerning. Um, but yeah, I don't know. Do you want to make the announcement now?
Don't you mean?
Is it?
Don't you want to make the
No,
announcement?
I know. I'm asking. Yes, yes. Do you want me to make the announcement now?
Yes, you have my
All
you
right.
have my blessing.
All right, chat. Big news. Big news here. Big news. We are officially. We don't have like a soundboard, so I can't like do a
Yeah,
drum roll. But
yeah.
I don't know why I was rubbing my hand together like that. We are monetized. We are monetized, chat.
Yes.
Which means you can give us money now, and we won't even stop you. And that I think is a beautiful thing.
Yeah, I just inserted an ad after you said that. So anybody that just got an ad,
Oh my God! Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Yeah, yeah.
bro, that was actually great timing. Okay.
Great timing. So yeah, we are monetized. That's really cool. It
Oh
essentially means,
wow! Thank you,
okay.
Tendo. Oh my God,
Thank you, Tendo, for the $5. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Me specifically, Creams is actually a hater.
Bro,
I appreciate it in specific.
dude, this is
Um,
literally the first person to ever like. Thank you, dude. You're the Tendo. You're the first person in Honor One's history to toss us a dono. Like, hold on, I might make you mod, just for that, as like
do
a
not.
gift.
Yeah, I don't think you can do that. I think TOS like you can't have people pay for modship like that.
Oh, well, I mean, I already
Um,
made a mod.
Oh, that's absolutely insane.
Well, he didn't. Okay,
The YouTube cops are gonna get us.
he did not pay for mod. I just want to make that clear. We are thanking him for like being the first person. Like anybody who donates like afterwards, you're not gonna get mod that easily, right? We're just celebrating Tendo.
Sounds like you sound like a lobbyist, buddy.
Oh my God.
Interesting.
Oh,
Wow.
okay. Oh my God. Okay, I'll just remove everybody. Yeah, I don't know. That was a bad decision on my part. No, we're not selling mods. Okay, that was my fuck up. I got a little in the moment.
Thank you for the $7. Thank you for the $7. We appreciate it.
Oh,
This
God.
means a lot.
No,
this means a lot, I
Mace,
think.
shut up.
So
No,
my,
no.
that's funny. That's hilarious. It means a lot because this basically means we're gonna be able to like kind of like make strides towards like doing more for you guys, making more content and stuff like that. Thank you, Aiden, for the 279. By the way, we
You're the
really
best.
appreciate it.
You guys
You
are.
guys, you guys are all goaded. We really appreciate it. Y'all are cool. And I mean, I'm gonna say this: y'all are cool for just listening to two fucking idiots talk about JJK, Black Clover, and My Hero on a weekly basis. So we do really appreciate we appreciate you guys going that extra mile and like donating to us as well.
Yeah, and
I don't know. Yeah,
do you want to get
go ahead.
into the timestamp thing?
Yeah, so I mean,
Yeah.
I think the time step thing can be something that is like lumped in with a lot of stuff.
So I guess.
Thank you, by the way,
Yeah,
Nicholas, for the 99 cents. Appreciate it, man.
you're the best. You're all the best. You guys. Okay, sorry. Like I didn't expect people to do it. To live. Oh my god.
Thank you, Liv, for the $5. Yep.
Okay.
Thank you. We appreciate it. We appreciate
You
it.
guys.
Y'all are really showing love.
Uh,
And Funky Monk. See, he's an oil prince from Twitch. I know him. I know his fucking his oil prince tendencies. Anyway, anyway, yeah. Thank you for the 20. We really appreciate it.
I no.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I wanted.
This is a
Yeah. That's. Oh
overwhelming
my
support.
god. Funky Monk.
Overwhelming support. Yeah. Overwhelming support. We really appreciate it, guys.
Dude, thank you so much. Okay. Oh my god. Sorry. Wasn't prepared. Okay. We weren't prepared for any of this.
I'm prepared for everything. I'm like
Bro,
Batman.
shut the fuck up.
But on a real note, we do want to like make an official like thank you for just all like getting us to this point in the first place and hopefully sticking with us you know for after this we're gonna be able to Heisenberg, what the fuck.
No,
We're gonna be able to do a lot more stuff. We're gonna finally, you know, when we get the money in order, we're gonna be able to get those timestamps back. The reason we haven't been doing them recently, especially, is because we're gonna be honest, we don't really have time.
we literally don't. I made a
yeah.
comment answering somebody earlier this week, and it was something I wanted to elaborate on because I see people asking every time we stream. So it's not because we're lazy. It's literally just you know much to how it may appear on the outside. BR and I actually take this very seriously, and we really wanted to do timestamps from like the first episode, and I think we did. We did it for like
We did when we did recorded episodes.
Yeah. But the reason why we stopped doing recorded episodes is also the same reason we stopped doing timestamps, and that is essentially making a new podcast episode started to take too much time from actually having that episode go public. So it would be a situation where it was like, okay, chapter comes out Sundays, we can only soonest availability we can get together and record is Wednesday, and then it has to be uploaded by Thursday. So just editing that, shooting that, the timetable was absolutely crazy, right? And that doesn't get into making thumbnails, all of that. And the thing about timestamping a 1 to 2 hour video is as fast as I can make it go, it still takes me 2 hours to make timestamps. So like 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours to make timestamps, like, which is just time I did not have without like episodes being late, missing deadlines, about you know, like it was Thursday at 1 p.m. was like our deadline from what I remember, right? We were late more often than not. Sometimes we were days late, and we just like we burnt out straight up. Like around the 17th episode, we completely burnt out, and we needed to re-strategize, which is why we took a hiatus during that period, for those of you who remember. And we came back, we started doing these streams, started doing like chapter reviews and stuff. But the goal has always been to get back to how we did it before, in addition to what we're doing now, right? And monetizing was always a thing we talked about, you know, throughout the last 4 months, 5 months. Yeah, it's been a while. Like,
and it's been fun. It's been really interactive. Yeah. Like, I'll say, like, there is definitely that added benefit of getting able to talk to you guys. Because I will say we wouldn't be able to get a lot of these jokes off. Like if the community, if you guys weren't as involved. You know what I mean? It's like a lot of like inside jokes get made because you guys bring them up. So I mean it's been really fun, and it has been a very interesting and like engaging experience for both sides. I would feel like we get a 12-hour. You guys got a 12-hour stream because of that. That would have never happened as like a pre-recorded thing.
Never.
And what we want to do is we want to monetize in order to kind of be able to have our cake and eat it too. Like do these streams, get the interactive experience, but also be able to give you guys on like a rewatch or people that aren't able to make it to the streams, like timestamps, make it just much more convenient for you guys to watch. We want to be able to get people to like edit clips eventually. We want to be able to like do extra content for you guys, and I think having the ability to outsource a lot of that work will make that possible for us. So that's why monetization is it was a milestone we really wanted to hit for a long period of time, and that's why it kind of means a lot because it's the start of like a new journey for us, and we're excited that you guys get to be on it with us.
Yeah, and keep in mind, like, we meant what we said. I don't know if we ever said it publicly. Oh my god, but like, every last dollar that we make from monetization, from you guys donating, which we didn't even consider as part of the revenue, to be real with you. So thank you, all of you, for that. All of that was every last dollar, right, is going back into this podcast, right? We are essentially trying our best to improve the quality of content and arguably most importantly, the quantity of content, right? Mm-hmm. Because we want to do more. We don't want it to just be limited to these chapter reviews and stuff. Like BR and I have like ideas for like I don't even know what you consider them, like proper episodes, like non-canon episode, like specials essentially, right?
Yeah.
That we just like literally couldn't do because of like the logistical but mostly like financial roadblocks that were in our way. So now that that's slowly being addressed, just thank you again. Like we're really trying to, like, this is all for you guys, and we thank you so much. Like we couldn't do it without you.
We very much appreciate it. And the thing is, if we get enough, we'll be able to start buying Cream's good opinions.
Oh my god!
And that's super important to me personally.
God, thank you so much.
Thank you, Funky Monk, for the 10. Thank you. See, you are donating to the Get Cream's Good Opinions Fund, and I appreciate you for that. We'll be able to equip him with some real intelligence. Give him a few extra brain cells, and it's just gonna be great. But seriously, thank you guys. It means a lot. It's a pretty big milestone for us. It's a and we're happy that you guys get to be here with us. And Liv drop $9.99 for the Creams Get a Brain Fund. We appreciate it. It's got to be expensive. It is a pricey surgery. We're basically taking a zombie and equipping him with a brain. But it's something I'm dedicated to getting done. It's definitely something Creams has been kind of like wondering what it's like to be intelligent. So I'd like to help him get that if possible.
Thank you guys.
I don't know if
I'm sweating right now. Oh my god.
Yeah. We're funding something never done before. I know, breaking new ground. But I think we've had enough of our sappiness, enough tears. We really are appreciative of you guys, and we hope to just move forward and get better with you. That being said, let's talk about a pretty good chapter. You want to talk about the Black Clover chapter? I don't know if you want to jump into that.
So it's kind of crazy that Tabata has been consistently having the best chapters in all of Weekly Shonen Jump, with the exception of One Piece. With the exception of One Piece, bro. Wow. I know. No. Listen, this is gonna get lost on somebody like, well, you. But One Piece, unironically, had like the best chapter, like one of the best chapters of manga I've ever seen in my life. The shit Oda was doing. Like every manga should like take notes, because Oda at his best. But that's all I'm gonna say about it, because certain people here don't watch and or read One Piece, so you have to accommodate them.
Yeah, who cares about them?
Thank you, Landa, for the $1.99.
Yeah,
real television coming soon.
and you are very that's very real. When Percy Jackson drops, I'm becoming a Percy Jackson YouTuber. Anyways,
JD, I appreciate you, but yeah, no, you know what? Is that $1 a brain cell? Oh my god, I just realized.
I appreciate you.
Bro, I might actually have 5 brain cells. That took me too long. So he paid, so it was $4.99. He was like, 5 brain cells for Creams.
Bro said, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, good job, man. We're getting them. We're getting there. God. The teaser set my blood on fire. I'm a new person. You and me both. That shit is.
Oh.
Yeah. direct that shit straight into my veins. I was telling Creams that I've actually assimilated the trailer into the folds of my brain.
Yes,
So
the first dude, I literally sent it to him, and I was like, "Yeah, bro." He was about to thank me so hard. He was like, "No, I've already watched it like 200 times." But thanks though.
yeah.
I was like, "Ah,
Yeah,
Fiddles,
thank you for sending it. I do appreciate that. I was like that when you saw it, you thought to send it to me. That I really you a real one for that.
Appreciate
However, how dare you
always."
imply that I haven't seen this before?
Dude,
You know,
like it was you must have shat your pants the first time you saw it, and it was like the first like it was like the opening monologue
the
from yes.
narration. Oh my god, dude. Oh, nah. No. The real, like, really, everything else that has ever, if this adaptation is good, everything else that has ever existed simply is like it's just been a prelude. It's all been building up to this. This is it. This is the end goal.
This is
End
end
game
goal.
right there.
This right here.
Yes.
This okay. You know what? I'm just glad to see you finally express an emotion, bro. I know how
For
hard
real.
it is for you, and I'm glad Percy Jackson's able to like get it out of you.
I
Yank
know,
it.
right? Yeah, for sure. You're gonna be seeing that fucking weekly when those episodes drop, man. But yeah. We can if there's extra time or if like we decide we want to we want to double back on that. I think I can talk about Percy Jackson until the end of time. But I do. You were kind of talking about Tabata like dropping like some of the best chapters in Weekly Shonen Jump, and while that is wrong, I do think I have been like actually like really fucking with his writing for a while. Like the first half of the chapter, I'm like, it's not bad by any means. It's just very like kind of standard Black Clover. It's whatever. I don't believe Asta's dead. He can't be dead. Whatever. It's cool. I don't really have an issue with it. But what really I really liked the like Asta being in the land of the sun. I think seeing him introduce you sort of Yami's people is pretty dope.
Yes, and I will say, Yami's friend, the Shogun of Wano. I mean, the Shogun of the Land of the Sun.
Oh my god.
Dude, I gotta get into the Wano stuff later because that tweet was actually hysterical. So he was actually cool. Like he was like, "Yo, you're funny. Like you're actually funny, bro." Because he was like, "Yo, Asta, in front of the girl you loved." He washed you right after. I couldn't imagine how embarrassing that would be. Like me personally,
Yeah.
I first of all, I'd never let it happen to me. But if it did happen to me, oh, I'd never show my face ever again. You sure you want to go home?
Yeah. Yeah, he's like, yeah, and if you go home, you'll get your ass beat by your girl again. It's like, hey, yo, what?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So, the whole Wano thing, because there was this tweet that went around during the scans coming out, which by the way, those people are all muted now, thankfully. But so the tweet had the caption, "We're back in Wano," and bro, I get it from like a joke perspective, but if you're actually coming at Tabata for like going to feudal Japan, like feudal Japan existed before Wano, like it didn't, like Oda didn't foreshadow Japan.
Yeah. Nah, but didn't you know Oda created Japan and like we went back and changed history as an homage to him? Come on now. Be real. Be for real.
All right. So what'd you think?
I think it's a pretty good chapter. Like I said, I like the second half much more. I like this new character. I can't remember his name. I don't even know if he said it, but
He did.
He did. What is his name? Wait, no, that's fuck. Where does he say he does? Does he? Oh,
Yeah.
Ryudo. I got you.
Yeah.
Ryudo. He's pretty cool. He's a pretty cool character. He's kind of. I think he's cool in the sense that like Yami is, although his personality's quite a bit different. I like his design. A katana sheath, or the guard being his eye patch is so fucking cool to me. I'm not gonna lie to you. Just have him hold a sword in his hands and he becomes an S tier Black Clover character. So yeah, you know that my standards for becoming cool are not crazy. I think it was a good chapter though. I think I'm very interested in seeing what power he's going to give him right here right now, before he goes back.
What power can he even give him? Because it's like, oh yeah, there's Ki and then there's like Ki Ultra. It's like, excuse me, I feel like after a while you kind of have to acknowledge that there's a ceiling on Asta not having any magic.
You think so?
I mean, yeah, like okay, like oh yeah, kid, you've only scratched the surface of Ki. What you're really missing is like being able to detect the amount of red blood cells a person has. Like, come on.
Probably. I mean, you have to understand Asta's going to be the peak of the Black Cloververse. He's going to be the Wizard King.
Nah,
He's going to be the strongest.
no, bro.
Uh,
Yuno's low diffing every
it,
time.
no. Yeah, no, no, no. Someone said Future Sight. That might be an interesting. Like, I'm predicting your moves 10 seconds. I don't know, whatever.
Bro, how do you know? How do you know about Future Sight?
He just said Future Sight,
Oh
like the
no.
Sharingan, like
Oh no, that's
future.
a
Like I see what you're doing before you do it.
that's a One
That's
Piece thing. It's called Future Sight in One Piece.
oh
Yeah.
oh ew. What the
Yeah. Oh
fuck?
my. Yeah. I was
Oh,
like,
precognition then. What the hell? Precognition. Hell no. Future sight. Someone made me use a dirty One Piece term. Blech. Um, but yeah, I do think that'd be cool, like some sort of precog. But I don't know. We'll see. I'm pretty content with just reading it week to week, absorbing what Tabata's given us. I like the chapter. It's nothing crazy. I'd say it's like a 7.5, maybe 8. But it's I mean solid. I can't get mad at a chapter like this.
I mean, you can try. It sounds like something you do.
Yeah, I mean, I could, right? I just don't feel like I don't feel that hater energy. I woke up and I was like, damn, I feel good. So no hating on Black Clover today.
Wow.
What about you? Thoughts in totality of the chapter?
Solid 8 out of 10. I really enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would. Just from a dialogue level, for some reason, it was really hitting my stride. I was just like, this character is funny. Their reactions to Asta's death are very on brand, but still like taking it seriously. I always love seeing Not in the story as like vice captain. I don't know
Yeah.
what it is, but like whenever he interacts with the rest of the Black Bulls and not just Asta and Yami, it is so fucking hilarious because he just hates all of them. Like he likes Asta, he tolerates Yami,
Yeah.
but like the rest of the Black Bulls, bro, that's yeah, fuck them.
Mhm. Yeah. I hate you, but we're gonna go get Asta.
Yeah.
I need your help to go get Asta. Let's go. Um,
It's like I hate that I
yeah.
need your help, right? If I had a choice, right, I wouldn't even speak to you right now for being real. But
Yeah.
here we are. All right, let's go
Yeah,
get
yeah,
Asta.
pretty good. Yeah, exactly. I literally think I'm like, dude, it's not like it's just not a very controversial chapter. It's not something I need. I think there's too much to be like, oh, is it good? Is it bad? I mean, I think it was very solid. It's nice setup for Asta's um like Asta's power up. I will say one thing that is kind of weird to me. I guess is like how calm, not how calm, but like is it not weird to anybody else that like Lucius showed up, did all that, but like they're not like constantly at like in combat or something like that? Is
I
that
mean,
maybe I'm tripping?
I think because Lucius like ran out, like he fully dipped, like he did a tactical retreat.
Got you. Okay. I just wanted to check because I was like, it did feel weird to me that he did that, got rid of like one of their greatest like combatants, and then they're like kind of not fighting for their lives right now. I mean, it makes sense. It's not like it was just like, huh, that's interesting. But I respect it. It's not really a bit of a thing. I just wanted to bring it up. Um, yeah.
Man, look at us. Look at us.
Talking about Black Clover and not hating it.
I know, dude. It's so weird because like I think Black Clover was on hiatus when we were. So in a weird way, I feel this like kinship with it. Like, oh yeah, it's like we are Black Clover.
No, hell no. Don't say that. A kinship I can stomach, but we are Black Clover is crazy. Don't. Oh my god. But yeah, I mean, good chapter.
Yeah.
Good chapter.
What
Now,
would you give it out of 10?
8 out of 10. I'd say it's a solid 8 out of 10.
Wow, rare moment of agreement, and for Black Clover, look at that.
Yep. And too bad, chat. You're about to see us fight. You're about to see us fucking throw down.
All right, let's not get too crazy, but yeah, great chapter.
Great chapter.
There's no My Hero chapter this week. So let's just skip over into JJK. Yeah, JJK early.
Okay. I'll ask you your thoughts first.
All right.
What do you think, buddy?
Bro, this was such a fine chapter. You don't understand. Like, it was the most 7 out of 10.
Interesting. Okay, continue.
Okay. Hear me out. I actually have a good reason for why I have like this chapter a little bit low. Okay. It felt like 3 pages long. Like literally, between all the fight choreography and Naoya and Maki going around at Mach 3 casually, Maki being barefoot, there were some upsides, all right, to this chapter. Now,
Uh,
do I personally think it's Gege's best? No. Do I even think it was better than last chapter? Absolutely not. But did I enjoy it? Yeah, I guess. I enjoyed the
that's
ending.
crazy.
Seeing
Yeah, I guess
yeah.
it's wild.
I mean, look, at the end, right? Seeing Naoya as a cursed spirit regain his human form is very striking. I'll admit. It was
Hmm.
I didn't think presumably when you're a cursed spirit, it's kind of like your whole shape changes and you fully become like a monster.
Yeah,
So I'm curious if it's like he's only halfway out and like the bottom half is still the cursed spirit like egg thing, and he's only like he looks like kind of like a hatched egg or something, or if he's like
yeah,
fully reforming his body and it's like, oh yeah, now I've like finished metamorphosizing, because it looks like a butterfly
yeah,
cocoon from a different angle. And Noya's like cursed spirit body is like coming back, and he's stronger than the first time and the second time, so he's like
yeah,
ready to take all of them on at once. And obviously, samurai guy, sumo guy, and Kashimo, oh my god, and Noritoshi are all gonna die. So, um,
interesting. My goat Noritoshi's not dying here.
yeah. I mean, dude, it would be wild slash kind of disrespectful if like Gege, after all this development for Maki, did some shit like making her lose an arm or something. It's like, bro, she has so little to work with that it would like she'd basically be useless. Like if we're being real, like with like she needs everything she can have because look, all respect to Maki, even if she beats Naoya right now, any Sendai Colony opponent puts her in the fucking ground. And I just
You
think,
still think so?
yeah, you don't?
I don't know. I'm thinking. I'm thinking. I haven't decided how where I feel like Toji and by proxy Maki like exist in the current power scale of JJK.
Uh, yeah. So, like, that's kind of how I'm feeling. Like, I want to see how well Maki is handling this, like, Noya domain expansion, which, by the way, we got to get into that. But, like, domain expansion Noya, right?
Hmm.
Maybe if Maki fully goes all out, peak of her ability, she takes the samurai back, takes the sword back from sword guy, and she's just like absolutely destroying Noya like in a way that she just couldn't before her awakening, that her second awakening, then maybe, maybe she could get one punch off of Ishigori.
Interesting. Very interesting. Very interesting. Hey. I guess we'll see. So, I mean, I do think your opinion is much more mild than I thought. I thought you were like, I thought when you said it was just like okay, I thought it was like more of like a 5, 6 out of 10
No,
type
no,
of
it
deal.
was just like it was a mostly action chapter. So, like my reaction to it, is like with Maki, it's kind of hard to distinguish what's actually going on the page sometimes because it's like, that thing Gege does to show motion, little like
Hmm.
impact bubbles and all that.
Yeah.
They could also it's also the same kind he uses for like blasts and stuff. So,
Yeah.
kind of like it doesn't look as grand because the like next panel isn't like a city like in ruin because of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like with Jogo's meteor, that shit was hard even though the ability missed, right? Like
Hmm.
Maki had an amazing showing in her fight, but and Jogo had a pathetic showing in his, but it's like the visual feats of what they were pulling off were
Hmm.
night and day.
Got you.
Yeah.
Got you. Got you. Got
So
you.
I just
Interesting.
it just didn't blow me away.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. Um,
Live
I was really impressed by this chapter. I think this is a very, 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 very good display of like Maki, um, like making her powers into her own. Like the powers, obviously, she got like actually understanding. She quite literally is built different and acting like everybody else is not the move. I thought that was pretty interesting. Um, I kind of liked. I like when Gege does the little that little like high on your own like your new power type of thing, like how he does with
yeah.
Gojo when he's floating. Like Maki falling off the building, just fucking arms spread, eyes like half open, just like whatever. Fuck it, I'm her. Now he's a bum. I'm gonna fucking beat his ass. Like dodging this attack in like midair, super cool. Um, I like that kind of stuff, and I feel like where you say it's not better than last chapter, I would probably agree, but I think I don't compare the two just because I feel like they're complementary to each other. It's like a part 1 and part 2 type of thing. It's
See, it's weird.
um
I see it as like a part one, part two, and then next chapter is the part three, and that's like the
yeah.
thing that I want to have. Like I want to take a look at this fight like holistically, because chapter by chapter, this let's be real, the beginning of this particular fight was not the best.
Yeah.
The middle was, and it wasn't until the panel with Sword Guy that things really started heating up, and that was 2 chapters ago, right? So it feels like maybe I want to see how this ends, because if it doesn't have a good ending, then it'll be like a 6-7 out of 10 arc compared to the other parts of the Cullen games. But like, if Giga nails the ending, I'm seeing an 8.
Yeah, I think I'll see how I feel on a complete reread of the fight. I think I think, to be completely fair to you and not like be like, oh, it's just peak. I think I am being like enthralled by the fact that these last like 4 chapters have been like absolutely amazing to me. For Maki, I've been like enjoying a lot of what we've been seeing. I am curious how I feel like maybe it'll combine, because like um I don't think we got the chance to talk about it in depth, but it was something like there were some small bits and pieces that I kind of felt like that were weird. Because Liv is the resident like Maki fan, right? If the profile picture didn't tip you off.
Yes.
So me and her we're kind of talking about like Maki chapters as they were coming out. And one thing I did mention to her was like when Naoya was like transforming or whatever, very early on in the fight, right? Before Naoya hits his skull form or whatever you fuck you want to call it, right?
Mhm.
I was noting that I thought it was weird Maki didn't just try to jump up and kill him, like before anything even changed. And I thought it was and the fact that she had to rely on Kamo to use piercing blood on it. I think it's really cool that those things are being called back to as like flaws in her confidence in her abilities and flaws in like the way she fought. The fact that like we see that, yeah, she does make the distinction that Toji would have taken much more like aggressive fucking animalistic like type of like he would have thrown his katana at it to like split it in half, or like he would have jumped up and cut it or whatever. I think it's cool because it's sort of using that, in my opinion, prior stuff that isn't as good and making it like, oh, this is why it wasn't as impressive. She's not making use of any of the abilities she was granted. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like that.
Like, okay, I don't, like I said, I don't like hate this. It's just
Mhm.
like, okay, I think my problem is that I keep comparing it to previous chapters, to previous arcs, to previous fights, and like I fucking love Maki, right? So contrary to Liv's accusations, I really really like actually love Maki as a character. I think I have her like in S tier right now, right?
Mhm.
Where I think fall short is in Naoya as like an opponent, because okay,
Yeah.
the problem I'm having with this particular fight is that when Naoya as a cursed spirit was introduced, he became a participant in the Culling games. Like that's like
Mhm.
it happened like in one panel, so like I get why it's not fully addressed, but like he is now a participant in the Culling games. He basically said, "Yeah, fuck it, I'm just here to kill Maki," right? Maki kills him,
Mhm.
right? 5 points, if that. And the
Sure.
part that's like a sticking point for me is that despite all of this happening in the context of the Cullen games, it feels very personal. It feels like a Maki Naoya like wrapping up their personal business, which I don't mind. I love that, right? Because they
Mhm.
need to Naoya, like even in death, like death wasn't enough to like fully make up for
Maki
what
needs to get it back.
yeah,
Maki needs to
like
get that back.
yeah, it's not enough. So I get that. But at the same time, like what's Maki doing like after this? Where's she headed?
I can understand what that is, but like, do we know where Yuta's headed? No. Do we know where? I don't know where Yuji's
Okay,
going.
but like
I don't know where
Yuta,
Hikari's going.
I mean Yuta and Hikari and Kash. Okay, actually we do know where Hikari and Kashima are going. They're going to find Yuji because he promised Kashima that he'd fight Sukuna.
Yeah, but they can't go to him directly. They're in different colonies,
Yeah, no, no,
right?
but like we know where they're like we know what their immediate goals are, right? And we know that like each of them have points that they're like adding, right? Like I'll put it to you this, right? The tangible effects of their fights are like rule additions, setting additions, killing like high class sorcerer editions. Like there are these like many layers to the fights that like fully make them culling game fights in addition to like really cool JJK fights, right? And Liv, you know what? I appreciate it. I appreciate you saying that I'm right. I know how hard it was for you, but Cream says different. Listen, Landa.
He is an Andrew Tate fan, so yes,
Bro,
you're right.
shut the fuck up. Maki has our blind swipe for Noya. Yeah, okay.
And Maki is a means of communication. I agree.
Yeah, so I get it, right? I like Maki has like a very specific purpose that she's meant to serve in the culling games as a participant and as a essentially not a jujutsu sorcerer, but like as a person whose friends are actively in the culling games that she doesn't want to kill, right? Who she doesn't want to see dead. And so you get this problem where she can't do any of that because like she like Noya is A, not letting her, and B, she's really, really focused on killing him. Like in a weird way, as dumb as this sounds, Noya in the grand scheme of the culling games is like so unbelievably killable. Like put Naoya as a cursed spirit in front of Kashimo or Hakari or Yuta or anybody Yuta fought, right? That's a hard, if not brutal, fight for him. Right, like he's getting stepped on. They're getting 5 points, and that's the end of it, right? But for Maki, it's this like absolutely like huge personal goal, which I think personal obstacle, which I think she should definitely face, right? And it's cool for her character, but I think I want Gege to like connect the dots for me, so it doesn't like I'll put it this way, right?
It's not an isolated incident.
It's not an isolated incident, right? Like I need to see how the culling games like folds into it.
Let me throw this idea out there, right? Mm-hmm. So I think. I can definitely see where that criticism comes from. I say this is necessary. Naoya is a necessary step for Maki because Naoya is a good character to grow in the middle of a battle with, right? Like you mentioned, a lot of the people Maki, like beginning of Naoya fight Maki would kill her pretty quickly. She's not using any of her innate advantages as well as she could, right? All of these things. Having her fight Naoya is a blessing in disguise because she got somebody arrogant enough and have enough grudge to force her to be like, oh, okay, I got it. I can, like, there's something I'm missing. I'm going to find it. And she has, right? And I think that is ridiculously useful. Having a Maki that, like, can see things that these other characters can't, almost having, like, this sort of, like, precognition, right? To like what these characters are going to do. Just being a stronger, more competent fighter is her contribution, or is going to be her contribution moving forward, right? Mm-hmm. Like in the same way, I think it's something that is going to obviously contribute, but we just haven't seen it yet. In the same way that like Yuta getting those points is very important. They haven't been put to use in any capacity, right? We know that this helps, and we know that it's going to, or at least they're going to try to use these things to help. We just haven't seen it come to fruition yet. That's how I feel about it.
I mean, I fully acknowledge that. Like, I'm not. It's not a criticism necessarily. It's more like a hesitate. It's why I'm trying to explain my hesitation with like why I have this particular fight as low as I do. Like, I definitely. Okay, I'll put it this right. Megumi's fight for me is like the worst one, air quotes.
Oh, that's crazy.
Right? But like,
that's interesting. Continue.
Like, I have Maki's fight generally above his, and even Yuji's, right? But for them, the one advantage I feel they have is that they're still fundamentally, despite their opponents, you know, being kind of personal conquests for them, they're still fundamentally focused on the culling game aspect. Megumi especially, dude, he was committed to getting Reggie's points, outsmarting him in like a specific way, like as much as he wanted to like win, right? It was the goal. He never took his eyes off the prize. And that's where I think the main difference is.
Okay, so I'll say this. This is where we're going to fundamentally disagree because I think Megumi is like the second best fight in the culling game so far. Yeah, I have Yuta in Sendai, Megumi, and then this Maki fight is starting to contend with Hikari's just because I think I feel about this Maki fight inversely what I do about the Kashimo and Hikari one, and that is Kashimo. So like Naoya is not as good as an antagonistic force. He's not as interesting. He's not as engaging as Kashimo was, right? But Maki is leagues more fun to see and like leagues more interesting to see than Hikari was. And also, whereas the Kashimo Hikari fight kind of lagged towards the end in terms of like how it ended, like it was cool, don't get me wrong, Still liked it, but it wasn't as interesting as the beginning. This is like the opposite. It lagged in the beginning. There was like some stutter stepping, but now it's really picking up. Um, so I'm kind of putting them in like similar areas of quality where neither of them are bad. I love both of those fights. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know. I think that also may be part of it. Like we have like fundamental different preferences on these things. Like if you have Megami that as last and I have his as second, only being surpassed by like, in my opinion, one of the best fights that JJK has. Period. Because I don't know about you. Wait, question, real quick.
What's up?
Do you do you think Yuta versus Sendai Colony like stands out as like a top tier fight
Yes.
in the entirety of JJK?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Do
I
you-
think yeah, I do. I do
Okay.
too. I think that's one of the best fighting chunks of the entire series. Um and if that fight wasn't so outstanding, I'd have Megami's as like the number one. Um Dude's about to say Yuji's fight was the best. No, I think we both agree Yuji's fight is not anywhere near the top, right? Like it's great,
No,
and that's
no,
the thing. I feel like whenever we say, "Oh no, it's nowhere near the top," it kind of has this like negative connotation. But I love Yuji's fight. It's just not that. It's not the top tier. It's really good, in my opinion, right? I think it works for a character standpoint, but the fighting itself is like it's just JJK standard. That's how I feel about that.
Um,
Um,
you know what? Yeah, I can get behind that because the JJK standard is still pretty high. Like,
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. JJK
yeah.
standard is fucking great, but I just mean it's like whereas all of the other ones are like exemplary in certain fighting aspects, like Kashima versus Takar is just like balls to the wall, just hype, just fuck, like blow people up, punch people a lot, keep dying and coming back. That's cool. Yuta versus Sendai does that to a higher degree, and it has Ishigori and Yuta's conflict.
Like I'll put it to you this way,
Megan,
right? One of the most
go ahead.
gas fights of the culling games, of Shibuya was Yuji versus Chozo, which
Yeah.
you know, all respect, that was a cool fight, but damn, dude, compared to any fight in the culling games,
It's small scale.
it's so small scale.
Yeah. And I still think that fight is like excellent. It's just its scale is just smaller. And that's
Yeah.
all it is. Like scale doesn't equate to quality. It's just noting that the scale of these fights are getting crazy. Like Ishigori like incinerated like a city block and was like and you was just like, damn, that kind of burned. All right, gotta go kill him now. Like, you know.
I mean, okay. You know, I think it's we both made our respective objections to each other's opinions known, but like I don't have a particularly like strong negative opinion. Like I said, it's
Yeah.
just hesitation, just like a light. I want to see what happens. I want to see how this unfolds, and
Mhm.
I want to take a minute to say two things. One, I need you guys to like this stream so we can boost that up a little bit. Thanks in advance. Two, and this is more important, right? You remember a couple weeks ago, you and I were talking, and I said, "Oh yeah, Gege's gonna go fucking balls to the wall for chapter 200," and you said,
Mhm.
"No, Creams, he's not gonna do that. Why would he care about chapter
Mm.
200?" Right? You remember
I
that?
said I don't care about chapter 200. I don't care if there's anything special. Yeah, continue.
Yeah, right. When you were,
Being a detractor, obviously. Yep.
obviously, right? A non-believer, if you will. Anyway, so here we are, chapter 1097. Oh my god, fuck me. Chapter 197. I got One Piece brain. And it's starting to feel like maybe I'm gonna be more right. Because what?
Okay.
Let's say next chapter it's Naoya going on his offensive. It's like I got Maki on the ropes. They end it the chapter after that, and boom, what do you know? It's chapter 199, chapter 200. Either two things are happening. This fight's definitely wrapping up around chapter 200, right? 100%. Number two, what's going to happen is between that fight wrapping up and the next thing starting, two things. Okay, people, mark this down. All right, I want to be quoted on this. One of two things is gonna happen for chapter 200. Kenjaku lore reveal. Actually, three things. Tengen lore reveal. Those could be synonymous though. They could interlock. And number 3, Megami Angel.
Dude, please, God, give me that. Like, please, for the like, dude, holy shit. Like, listen, I agree with you. I now agree. I'm changing my stance. I now agree with you just because I want that. Like, please, God, give me a Megami update, bro. Every chapter, I'm like, man, if Megami gets to, because here's the thing. there are like obviously curse techniques are integral to like every jujutsu sorcerer that has them.
Hmm.
Big deal. Megami is one of the characters that I'm like, dude, you skirt by on smarts and technique. You're you are listen, Angel, please, I'm begging you, do not take that away from him, and by proxy, me. Don't do it. Don't do it. I can't handle that.
Dude,
Um,
it just
I'm praying.
I feel like it's not going to be a kill. Like Angel might just do it initially as like a Culling Games participant, but I definitely feel like Angel and Megami are going to have like a conversation. Like I feel like that's
Yeah.
what's in the cards because Angel is like essentially what the kind of secondary goal after literally stopping the Culling Games is. But in a way,
Yeah.
it's part of the primary goal because
Yeah.
it's like
It's
you
get
unseal
Gojo.
Gojo, Culling Games stop. Simple as.
Yeah, like Gojo will stop it. That's so. They're like Gojo will stop it all. He's got it. Like, dude, that's insane.
I
But
mean,
anyways,
do you think
yeah.
Gojo can stop the Culling Games?
I mean, if they'd have to find the game master, but I think if Gojo were to step into the Culling Games, like let's say I don't know, and like everybody that's currently alive is like able to fight him, he will come out and he'll win. Unless Sukuna joins. If Sukuna joins, well then he might be fucked. But like
Listen,
everybody,
wait.
hmm.
Are you saying he's going to end the Culling Games by literally killing everybody until the game
saying-
stops, or he's
I'm
going
saying-
straight for the game master?
No. Okay, so I don't know. I don't even know if I think Gojo is going to come back in the middle of the Culling Games being like, or if the students are gonna have to end it themselves. But what I'm saying is, I feel like you asked me if, and maybe you asked me how. But I'll say this:
But, yeah,
if right, he could do it by killing everybody that are not his students. I think so. I think if he stepped in a barrier and he's like, all right, I got it. Anybody that like I think the only person he can't like fight multiple people with would probably be Sukuna if he's like 20 if he has 20 fingers. Everybody else he could just be like crack his knuckles, crack his neck, and then be like, all right, guys, we got a lot of empty space here. Let me hit y'all with a purple. Like let's see what we can do here. Let's see if we can spam this shit. I've never used it twice in a fight. Let's try.
dude, I would literally. Okay, first of all, I'd love to see Gojo completely unhinged, like no pedestrians, like fully open space. He's ready to kill, right? Because we've never seen a combination of both those things. We've never seen him fully unencumbered and fully like bloodlusted, right? So.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing that in the context of the Culling Games, when somebody is speedrunning a game that has like a points meter and they're just their hands are moving so fast and the points are literally like refreshing, it literally looks like a stock price or something is like rising.
Yeah.
That's literally what Gojo's points would look like if he joined the Culling Games.
Dude, that would like listen. Let me not give that video away. Okay. Yeah. Gojo going off would be so cool. I don't know if I think it will happen, but he could either find the game master and take them out, or he could kill everybody in the Culling Games that would oppose them.
Okay. So here's a more fun question, arguably than Gojo coming in and just killing every participant in the Culling Games. Okay, you guys ready? So, let's say Hikari and Kashimo find Yuji, and by some insane miracle, right, that I could only imagine as like literally short of like killing Yuji to the point where Sukuna has to like takes over his body, yada yada yada, right? What happens? Because Hikari and Panda still have to be in that space, right? Sukuna comes out, Hikari's there, Kashimo's there. Is it a three-way fight? Does he just back off and let Sukuna and Kashimo go at it? Like, what do you think?
I think that's what happens? He has to do. I think Kashima's like, butt the fuck out, get out of my way. It's a 1v1. I'm fighting this guy, and one of us will not be walking away alive, right? And we'll see. I still hold to the idea that if he goes up against 15 finger Sukuna, I can see him getting a win. I don't know if I think that with 20 finger. In fact, I don't think I do.
All right. Okay. So, let's say hypothetically,
Kashima versus Sukuna is such a fucking hard idea.
Because I want to see, dude. His curse technique is like the X factor, like that is driving me crazy. Yeah.
Yes, dude. That would like listen. And I know you don't have Kashima's hype in terms of like battle power as I do, but I feel like their personalities would mesh so well. Like Sukuna hasn't really gone out loud against somebody that has that same like fuck it we ball type of mentality. You know what I mean? Like Megami is like, dude, I just want to get Yuji back. The Finger Bearer is like not even a coherent being. Jogo is just like, dog, I don't even want to use my domain expansion. And Mahoraga doesn't speak. Like I need him I need Sukuna to throw hands with somebody that like he's gonna have a slugging match, but they're also gonna be talking shit back and forth because that's gonna be so fucking cool.
And okay, dude, yes, like because you just know, Sukuna would indulge him based purely off of the fact that like Kashimo greeting him with this kind of like, I don't even know how to describe it, this kind of like fanboy energy, like it. I don't know if Sukuna would care, but I do think like like Kashima just coming at it full throttle, like Frost, dog versus dog, bro, like they're going to scrap and take difficulty out of the equation, right? Like like it's gonna be a spectacular fight.
Oh my fucking, he's just, oh man, dude, like imagine, because especially if you have it, because remember Kashimo in part, and this isn't like Kashimo Kopuma. I've already fucking gone to therapy. I've gotten the help I need. But Kashimo in part loses because there was water around, right? And Hikari's able to use that to nerf him.
Right.
Right? Kashimo, like, they're just in a fucking city. And he's just like, fuck it. Everything. Dude, dude. And I feel like Sukuna would really fuck with somebody that has a similar type of like energy to him. Like, just like, who the fuck? I'm going to beat the brakes off of you. Right? And both of them having, oh man, I need to see it.
Yeah,
like 2 smoke demons is crazy. I need it.
And by the way, Frost and Liv are right. 1, it's going to take a couple chapters. 2, Sukuna does respect smoke, as weird as that sounds. Like, whenever somebody fights him, he's like rude, right? He's disrespectful, but he still fundamentally like wants them to like fight him earnestly, like with everything they have. Like with Jogo, it almost seemed like, despite him mocking him about not using his domain, you know he wanted to see that fucking domain.
It seems like he's trying to like coax it out of people, like more. Let me have more fun, right? And I'm like, dude, if he does that with Kashimo's like. Cosmos is gonna be like, oh my fuck, this is what I came back for. This is everything that I wanted. This is his
dessert,
right?
bro. This is literally Kashimo's dessert.
All right, bro. Imagine for a second the impact. I'm just thinking about Twitter. Kashimo gets off like a crazy, like an off guard lightning bolt, and Sukuna's like, what the fuck? Like his arm is just gone, and that wouldn't matter much to Sukuna because he could grow it back. But just imagine the surprise of like having his arm torn off or some shit. And he's like, oh shit! Like I'm not facing like Jogo or something. Like I can actually, I can throw hands, bro. I can be excited. I don't know, man. I don't know. Fire versus lightning sounds cool as fuck. I'm not gonna lie. Like a fire arrow versus oh man. Dude, man.
Oh, I think that's unironically the fight I'm most excited for. Like just in the short term. I think I'm excited to see Kashimo versus Sukuna because of 2 reasons. 1, it's cool as fuck, right? We just got done explaining why it would be cool, right? But literally, I want to see how people react to Sukuna fighting all out and just kind of be like, yeah, I can probably handle Kashimo, therefore I can handle Sukuna as he is right now. So if Gojo's gone, I got this. And it's like, I don't know, Hikari or I was gonna say Miwa, but I literally threw up in my mouth at the thought of that. But if it was like Yuki, like I also like, okay, imagine this for a second, right? Kashimo.
There's so many people need to see fight Sukuna. I'm not gonna lie.
So many people need to fight Sukuna, but like, imagine, right? There is literally, like you could count the people on one hand who could fight Sukuna, let alone have an entertaining fight with Sukuna, let alone win that fight.
Yep.
Oh my god, what did I do? I'm so sorry. Oh, what did I do?
You're the one who brought it up. I didn't even get to bring it up this time.
I'm so sorry. I'm so mad at myself.
Miwa cult members, I ask you to suppress. Listen. I'm trying to help you out. I'm trying to help you out. I'm literally trying to help you out.
Okay.
I ask that you guys suppress the urge to try to convert him. I have a video coming out that will do so. We can relax. All right. We will get him. That video is foolproof. It is 100% sure to get him into the church. All right, so let's give him a break in stream. Let's relax. And okay.
Bro really said this video was a short hit domain. I can't.
It is right. Like we can relax. We can pull back. But I promise you, this is it. This is gonna get him right.
Oh my God.
That being said, there was so there's a bunch of things, right? Oh, okay. This is something I tweeted out a long time ago, and I would like, I don't know what I would do. I would literally lose my mind. You know that panel in Bleach, right? Where Ichigo's like hollow kind of half comes out and all of the visors like try to like pin him down or whatever. You know what I'm
Right.
talking about?
Yeah.
Um, I tweeted out a long time ago, like, dude, imagine Sukada's like they see the marks like flash on his face or some shit, and they're like, oh, like just a bunch, and they all like everybody like you have like Hikari, you have like Yuta, you have Maki, and they all like fucking pin him down because it's like, what the fuck else are you gonna do? It's fucking Ryomen Sukada.
Right.
I don't know why that idea is so fucking cool to me. Like, just I don't know, man. I need it. I need it. It's not. I don't feel like it's gonna happen, but I need it
Well,
anyways. Like,
oh, it's kind of like the Homelander, Soldier Boy, like
yeah,
Huey.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
all
okay.
like fuck. Like, please do not get up. Do not get up. Do not get up. Like, we need you to. Like, all of them are just like, no, 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 not you. Not a. Like they all like they have Giga's like typical like, oh shit, somebody real just showed up panels.
Yeah, I
And then
love
they all
those.
like
Yeah.
and then they all just go and like hold them down, bruh. I'm like, fuck, that's so cool.
Um,
Um,
dude, I agree. I want to see, fuck, I just want to see the big guys. I want to see Sukuna come
yeah,
back. I want like okay, all the new characters have been fire, right? Like
yeah.
literally, like I think almost all the new characters have just been some flavor of fire. But damn, dude, I miss I miss the old ones. I miss the established characters. I want to see what they're doing, where they're at.
Yeah, no,
Like
I feel you.
seeing Noritoshi and like where he's at right now. That was nice. That was
Hmm.
like it was sad,
Yeah,
but it was
but
nice.
it's nice. I get what you mean completely. I'm interested. Like I agree, but then we get people like Ishiguro and Kashima. I'm
Yeah.
like, well, Gege's cooking. Like he knows what he's doing. Like
Yeah, you get like
he's
you get panels like it wasn't cursed energy that surprised that surprised the other four.
oh.
It was a sheer lethality.
I was like, dude, I'm like, all right, bro, low key, like not for real, but low key, fuck Yuji for now. Like, if you can, like, dude, I don't care if you're immortal, I'll kill you anyway, or like, dude, and then, or don't even get me started on the Yuta with Ishigori interaction, like, dude, man, I don't know. I completely agree that I do miss a lot of like the established characters, but at the same time, like he hits so much with these new characters that I'm kind of like I'm torn.
Like yeah, for
I'm
real, for
torn.
real. Like you know what? You know what too? Okay, so I want to see if Gege is like, oh yeah, I still want to flesh out like smaller characters or people that haven't gotten as much establishment yet. You know who I want to see? Top of my
Hmm.
list, Yuki. I want to know why she's the last special grade.
Yeah.
Like I need to see that because like look, special grade out of everybody we've seen, right? Is for sorcerers is nothing to be like trifled with, especially like
Yeah.
Yuta, Gojo, even Kenjaku in Geto's body, right? We've seen how strong they are. That being said, because of that, it seems like what the fuck is Chozo gonna do? Like straight up,
Yeah.
any threat that like Yuki can't handle, what's Chozo gonna do? Like literally, Kenjaku himself would need to show up. Like this is how I'm interpreting it, right? Kenjaku himself would need to show up to Tengen's hideout, whatever lair, right? And he would need to
Hmm.
like have like essentially a fight to the death with Yuki at the chance of him seriously dying for me to be like, oh, that's why she's special grade. Because like the bar is so
That's
high
why.
right now. The bar is so
Interesting.
high. You don't want to see Yuki? You don't want to see why she's last?
No, I do. I will say though, like admittedly, she's kind like she hasn't piqued my curiosity in that sense. Like I'm interested, but like out of many of the things that I'm like I want to see, she is on the lower end. If I'm being completely honest.
Dude.
Let's see. If Sukuna outputs RCT, couldn't he kill Choso? I don't think Choso's a full blown curse. That's why
Yeah,
I'm
he's like half and half. Like, I think the Curse Wound
yeah.
Death paintings are supposed to be like hybrids of sorts.
Yeah, so I don't. I maybe that's like more like almost like a poison, but I don't think it would the reason RCT does that is because it's literally decon like it's like antimatter but for cursed spirits. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah. You know what's weird? We have never seen a cursed spirit get hit with reverse curse technique or like positive cursed energy. My bad. Because
yeah, we have
no, we haven't. Who?
Kurushi gets hit with it.
Say that again.
Kurushi,
Gonna have to remind me, man.
the cockroach spirit. He hits it with a
Yes.
reverse curse
Yeah.
technique to blow it up.
Yeah, with Yuta. Okay, never mind. Because
Mhm.
I was gonna say like, okay, before that point, and I think since then we haven't seen that because like, we got an allusion to it when Maharaga hit Sukuna for the first time.
Yep.
But since then, I'm always like, So you're telling me even a weak sorcerer, if they learned how to output positive energy, could like theoretically cut through somebody like Jogo? Like, okay, could Miwa kill Jogo if she learned positive cursed energy? Like off the
Yeah,
Miwa kills
off
Kenjaku shit,
yeah.
right? Just like for
Yeah,
real,
no.
for real. Like as much cursed energy as we've seen her to have historically, but with the caveat that she could do a positive charge. Like, would that be possible?
Yes.
Is it like a hot knife through butter, but it's like a mountain of butter?
I would say it's like your it's like any amount of antimatter coming into contact with real matter will destroy that. It'll just like tear through it. Um,
You think
without
so?
I think so because Maharaga is like in Suguna doubts that Maharaga or is like he may have been able to beat me at three fingers, but Suguna says that if he was a curse, and I'm assuming the same strength, but if it was just a cursed spirit, he would die instantly, like he would just be dead, right? Um,
Interesting. Yeah. Okay. I
which
could.
me which makes me think like you don't have to be anywhere near relative for RCT to do that. It's just the very fact of positive energy is like inherently destructive towards these curses. Um and not in like a I hit you and it hurts way, in like a we touch and you like cease to exist kind of way.
I mean, okay.
Which I see the what you're bringing up there, but I don't know if there's like a character like a combatant that'll have RCT that'll ever be weak. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. No. No
Or like output that'll be weak.
I fully acknowledge how like rare reverse curse technique is in the first place to even have the conversation. But I'm just saying, and to Log's credit, yes, it's an advanced technique that like so few sorcerers have, and the ones that do learn it already have an insane amount of cursed energy. Like it doesn't seem like there is this kind of Venn diagram of weak sorcerers and ones that are still just like talented enough to have reverse curse technique. So does that mean Shoko is like uniquely talented for reverse curse technique, or does that mean she's like low key like super strong, but she just chooses
Uh,
to
she
be a healer?
she would probably be uniquely advantaged for a reverse curse technique because she does mention kind of offhandedly that she doesn't want to try to take Geto in after his like little betrayal because he will kill her or he could kill her at least. She's like, no way, I don't want to die, right? Which obviously, like, it could just be Geto stronger than her, but I do think it's kind of implicative that like she is just like she's like uniquely skilled to be a healer.
You know,
And also, okay, good.
so no, actually, you go.
I was just gonna say somebody did bring up like, oh, isn't like Gojo's red a reverse curse technique? There's a small distinction, but it's a curse technique reversal. Like it is not like necessarily positive energy. It is taking blue, which is like the like absorption, like suction or whatever, and he's inverting the technique to go for like repelling and pushing. So that's the difference between like Yuta's positive energy and like red. You know what I mean? Like he's literally flipping the sort of applications of the technique.
Yeah, Gojo, he almost seemingly uses the like concept of reverse curse technique to amplify his ability because Gojo's infinity isn't like a constant push and pull. Uh, so or rather, I guess it's like a pulling, right? That's like his default state. But he
Yeah.
can kind of manipulate it to like essentially like feed off of each other into a massive blast. Just because his curse technique. Think about it this way, right? His curse technique naturally wants to pull, right? But Gojo is like almost pulling it further, pushing it
Hmm.
further in the opposite direction. So it creates this like insane amount of push pull force that then just gets blasted at you when eventually something gives. I think there's like a threshold to it.
Yeah. It is like Gege. I'll try to find it for you guys. Because but Gege actually does make a distinction between curse technique reversals and reverse curse techniques. Um, so that's why that's why like Gojo doesn't kill him or whatever with that, or like erase him. Let's see.
Oh, by the by, what the fuck? Testro, shut up.
By the by,
Yeah. Um.
funny.
Yeah, I like that one. I like by the by. Um. Uh. Fuck, I forgot what I was gonna say because you rudely interrupted me. What's the opinion on Yuta versus 15 Finger Sukino? I think we had this debate a little bit before. Um, am staunchly pro Sukuna. He's pro Yuta, unfortunately. I
Let
tried
me put
to.
it like this. I'll put it like this because my stance has kind of evolved in between the times I've talked about it. I'll put it like this. I think there is only implications or like arguments for Yuta, but there's just nothing for Sukuna. That's concrete enough for me. Not to say Yuta definitively wins, but like I only see valid arguments in Yuta's instance. I don't see any like, and that's just off of Yuji seeing the fight and being like, yeah, you could win based on that.
You know what's okay?
Whereas with
Hold on.
Sukuna, I don't think there's a direct correlation or comparison that puts him above.
So okay,
So
you know how we were just talking about seeing Sukuna versus Kashimo being gas, right? I
yeah,
just know
that's true.
after that fight's over, you and I are gonna have a very different conversation about Yuta and the 15 finger Sukuna because like, dude, I am so ready to like have Sukuna absolutely two shot Kashimo. And then just have you be like, no, no, you don't understand. Like Sukuna doesn't really have any feats. Like, watch him try to bench up here on me, like in real time. I'm calling it right now.
Okay, I'll just ask this: chat, and creams. What and I want you to go off of like a statement or a feat or like a comparison. What does 15 finger Sukuna have, right? That would put him over Yuta to you. Genuine, not a debatey bait type shit. Like genuinely, what does he do or what is said about him that directly correlates to him over Yuta? Because I can give you something and give you somebody that has knowledge or at least sight of Sukuna showings that says Yuta's above. So what is the inverse? Not he's Sukuna, not but he's really strong or really skilled. Like some
Okay,
sort of concrete comparison or like
all right.
implication.
So the implication that I'm working under is the fact that Sukuna has never ever fully dipped into his arsenal because he hasn't felt the need to fight tactically. Sukuna, as it stands right now, right? He has like a 5 minute kind of pregame where he just flexes his physical ability and usually overwhelms his opponent, right? It is very rare that Sukuna will ever go into his bag of tricks, even if he like against Jogo, for example, right? He didn't need to use the fire arrow to kill Jogo. He used it out of spite, like just to fuck with Jogo mentally before he killed him, right?
Sure.
And he just happened to have it
Yeah.
immediately on hand when his fight with Maharaga like was going down like right after.
I
So,
want to ask you this.
all right,
Real quick, because I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I do want to ask because I think it's relevant.
right.
Why does Sukuna not dipping into those reserves matter at all in comparison to Yuta?
Because it shows that he fundamentally doesn't see it as a requirement for these fights.
For
Even
people that
even
aren't Yuta, that's
even
fine.
even his domain is another thing he does out of spite. I'm gonna wait for the siren to go by.
Okay.
But yeah, in the
And
meantime,
and chat,
while you talk
good.
and chat, yeah, just I want to get this video to
Uh,
100 likes. All right, I'm gonna lose my
all right,
mind.
all right. I'll address chat. I'll address chat.
69 likes
Uh,
though, nice.
nice, nice,
Yeah.
nice. So people are like he has like a completed or like a more refined domain. Sure, right? But you have to understand, Yuji saw that domain expansion, right? He saw the fight, and in spite of seeing the fight, right? He saw the entire thing and is like, I think you could win. That is like, and I'm not saying that does not have to be concrete. I'm saying that is a direct Yuta over Sukuna from somebody that has seen Yuta fight and somebody that has seen Sukuna fight from his POV, right? That's all I'm saying. I'm saying there is nothing in the series, at least from what I've seen, that is nearly as concrete to get that. He fight like if Sukuna, and this is more to chat, like Sukuna fought Jogo, who cares? Sukuna fight Maharaga, who cares? People are like, would he survive a domain expansion? It's like a lot of like you don't have to wait, like Yuta doesn't have to wait to fight Sukuna, like he doesn't have to wait for him to pull out a domain, right?
I
Very
mean,
often, like
okay, I'll put it to you this way, right? Sukuna doesn't. His hand is rarely ever forced to do something. Like there's only two times I can think where Sukuna was forced to take action. One that was dodging Jogo's meteor, and two it was I think Maharaga him having to heal after Maharaga. Right, that was the only time Sukuna ever did something that like he needed to do, if that makes sense.
sure, but okay,
But
that's cool, and I don't disagree. But what I'm saying is that's fine, and all I'm saying is Yuji sees that and is still like because it's not like it's Yuji's. It's the fact. The only thing, once again, I want to reiterate. I'm not saying Yuji's has to be 100% correct. I'm saying Yuji saw a thing. He saw Sukuna fight. He saw him fight both of those people, right? And I can address if people want me to. I can show where like it proves he does know what happened, right? But He fights both of those people. He sees the domain use. He sees the fire arrow. He sees all of this shit, and he's like, Yuta, you can beat. I think you can beat him, right? So everything that he has seen from Sukuna, right, including the pinnacle of all of his abilities, being the domain expansion, including the fire arrow, which he has hidden up his sleeve, right? Based on what we've seen, he thinks, Yuta, you're still winning.
Okay, let me ask you this. Why should Yuji be why are you treating Yuji like a reliable narrator? So, but first of all, thank you TI7 for the 699 dono. We appreciate it. Cleave adapts to the cursed energy and toughness of his opponents to cut them in one fell swoop. This, in theory, could just cut off Yuta's tank of cursed energy. I don't know what C1119 is, but
Chapter 119. He's referencing the chapter. Wait, first of all, I appreciate you for referencing the chapter. That's how I know you smart, because you be using links and shit. I do appreciate it, and I agree. But the thing is, we know that that's not like an infallible thing, because it doesn't do that with everybody. Like, for example, Mahoraga. Mahoraga actually tanks the attack. Even outside of the domain, the first time he does it, not tanks it. I've gotten into trouble for saying that before. It does not rip through his entire body. It wounds him, but he survives, and not just survives. Like, it's like surface level wounds.
And by the way, Mahoraga did survive a full domain expansion onslaught. Like, the thing that ultimately took him out was the fire arrow. So it just kind of happened to be in a very special kind of position that Sukuna had him in.
Yeah.
And by the way, Sukuna, back to Yuji being an unreliable narrator, right? Why are we trusting Yuji as a power scaler when, one, he basically got flashes to all of the people Sukuna killed, less so the fights, and two, even if he did, right, he has no real sense for how strong Yuta is by comparison, because he saw, like, inklings compared to what Sukuna did. So even still, right, Yuji
that actually helps more with what I'm saying.
I'm saying Yuji doesn't fully have the entire scope of what a Sukuna can do and be what Yuta can do, because it's not like Yuji knows all of Sukuna's tricks. Like I'll put it to you this way, right? Did Yuji know about Sukuna's flame arrow before he used it?
No, it doesn't matter.
I think it does,
he's seen him use it,
bro. He does, after he already used it, right? But like, essentially, Yuji making that statement was him working off the knowledge he had acquired up until that point based on what he's seen from Yuta and from Sukuna, and him making that assessment is like, yeah, bro, you looked more impressive than Sukuna. Even still, that's technically super subjective and limited by what Yuji saw himself.
Yes. And that's fine. Like, that's fine. That's why I'm saying it's not that this is a definitive thing. It's just this is more solid than anything, because all you can say in return is, but maybe Sukuna has more, right? Maybe there's more. There's another technique or more power, right? A bunch of what I'm saying, right, is Yuji saw that. What he's saying is, from what he's seen of Yuta and what he's seen of Sukuna, Yuta is more impressive to him, right? That's what I'm. And if you're saying Sukuna may have more, I respond with that by saying Yuji literally saw a fraction of Yuta's abilities as well. So who cares?
Okay, I'll put it to you this way, right? Let's say Sukuna gets into a fight with, I don't know, Kashimo, right? He goes all out, just completely, like, basically his entire bag of tricks, as much as he can access with 15 fingers out of 20, right? And somehow Yuji gets all the info from Sendai Colony, right? Of everything Yuta did, including his would-be domain expansion, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then, if he then said, excuse me, either Yuta, yeah, you can handle him, or, oh shit, Yuta, I don't think you can handle him, right? Mm-hmm. Would either one make sense based off of what you've seen as well? Like, if you saw Sukuna absolutely pop the fuck off in a way that just, like, you couldn't see Yuta overcome, or vice versa, right? Are you still holding on to this like Yuta scales to him in some way, let alone beats him thing? Because again, it's never going to be like the situation is never going to be they fight one-on-one, right? Like that is essentially the hypothetical, right? I'm just saying, if you get more of each of their respective stats.
Yeah, you get a full. You're telling me you get like a full breakdown, and depending on if Yuji's like, no, after seeing all of this, he had something fucking crazy in the back pocket I couldn't even like imagine, and he's like, you'd lose. Yeah, I would take that seriously, because he has more information and is coming to like. After that conclusion, he's coming to after more information, he comes to a new conclusion, which is fine.
But the point fundamentally that I'm trying to make is that it's still Yuji's knowledge that we're operating under. Like, henceforth, like, him as a narrator, like, should be taken with a grain of salt.
Okay. Sure, and that's something I'm acknowledging, right? But I'm saying that grain of salt is infinitely larger than any argument you have, or any argument anybody for Sukuna has, because there is none. There is nothing. There's no direct comparison. There's no statement. There's no implication that 15 finger Sukuna specifically is over this Yuta specifically, right? It's he holds back on his opponents. Cool. Doesn't really matter. All Yuji would be saying then is like, yeah, that's fine. You could still thrash that, whatever, right? All that, like, because it's not like Yuji has only seen part of Sukuna's arsenal and we've seen all of it. What Yuji knows about Sukuna, we know about Sukuna, right? We have the same amount of knowledge. Saying, oh, but he has more, though, is fine, maybe, but we don't know how impactful that is. We know for a fact, actually, that Yuta has a lot more, and Yuji still, he saw him fight with just his sword and partially manifested Rika and is like, God damn, that you're gonna like holy shit, right? We know Yuta has a fully manifested Rika. We know he can output reverse curse. We know he can output reverse curse technique in combat, whichever not really useful for Sukuna. We know he can heal himself, spam it over and over. We know that he has a domain expansion. That's cool, right? Yuji does too. And even knowing those things, he's still like Yuta you would win.
Okay, let me hit you with something, right? I'm not saying I disagree with you. I just wanted to make the argument that, like, I don't think Yuji's information should be trusted at face value, because even now, right, the parallel of, oh yeah, we know as much as Yuji doesn't really work, because like Yuji didn't see anything that went down in Sendai Colony, right? And if he still made that if he still made that statement right after we saw Sendai Colony, but we know he didn't, would you still take it as seriously?
What? Yes, I would, because I would say that what he's saying is Yuta holding back, right? That small fraction of Yuta's power. What he's saying? He's like, yeah, whatever the fuck that was, you're holding up, man. Because it's not like Yuji is just seeing Yuta or sensing. He's fought him, right? In the same way he saw Sukuna fight, blah, 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 right? He's taking two bits of information. He's like, I saw two things based on my vision and experience, right? You are stronger. It doesn't matter that I haven't seen your full power, because that would only help you. The fact that, I don't know, 50% you got to this, and I think 50% you is over however much of Sukuna, right? That means 100% will be even more. It's not a matter of like, now I would say this, if we saw Sukuna reveal like some broken, like some fucking anti-Yuta hacks, right, or some shit, and we know somehow, some way Yuji doesn't, that would invalidate his statement. If we see for a fact Sukuna has this like fucking end game breaking ability while having 15 fingers, right? We see it, Yuji somehow doesn't have access to it, and he then makes a statement after, I'd be like, okay, now we can disregard that statement because it doesn't mean anything. Because we know he has something broken in the back pocket. And we know that Yuji missed it, and we know that he's not making an assessment based on like good information.
Okay. You know what? I'm willing to compromise on this point. As far as like, until we see Sukuna have an equivalent showing in terms of either length or scale, whatever you want to call it, right? As Yuta did, I am still on the train that he can still win. Like I need to be shown that Sukuna can't handle what Yuta handled.
That's if you want to go about it that way, that's fine. But I think the reason I'm hesitant to do that personally is because if we go based on what they can't handle, like based on what they've shown, Yuki Sukuna level, because she hasn't shown she can't handle these characters. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, yes, because there's a lack of evidence that Sukuna cannot deal with these people, but there is no evidence implying that he would deal with them in the same ease or in the same way, or it would be as easy, or blah, 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 right? All we have is positive information for Yuta, and not negative for Sukuna. Well, that statement makes it negative for Sukuna, but outside of that, it's just a void. It's just, I don't know. He fights strong people, I guess, but like those strong people, I don't think would give Yuta any trouble either. Like, I think Yuta's shitting on Jogo and Mahoraga.
Okay. You know what? For now, it's like a tentative, this is where I'm at. By the way, I just want to address chat real quick. Yo, Testro, you gotta chill the fuck out, dude. By the way, hold on. Ronan, would you say that you didn't hold back in this debate?
Didn't hold back. What do you mean? Like
Just
didn't hold back?
just
Like I like debate gooning. You mean like
yeah.
no?
Okay, great.
Like
Tessero,
no no no.
Tessero,
I'm
you
saying I
just heard
didn't
him.
debate goon.
Hold on,
I'm saying
Tessero,
I didn't
Tessero, you
debate
heard
goon.
him, right? Pay up. Te-
Pay up.
yeah,
What's
Tessero,
going on?
Tessero said, "I'll give you guys $5 if Ronan stops holding back." So pay up, Tessero.
Wait. Yeah. I'm not gonna. I don't. Debate gooning on stream and debate gooning against you is kind
Now,
of interesting. Like I'm not gonna be like prove it because like I could like you can right, but I'm
bro,
trying to have
now,
like a genuine
yeah,
conversation with you. Like
you already
I'm not
know
trying to like
I'm not built for debates,
bully.
bro.
Yeah, I like what like I said like when I extended that question to chat, I'm being very genuine because I'm like it's perfectly fine to think Sukuna wins. I don't think there's evidence for it, but I think it's perfectly fine. It's not like neither of them are so fucking fodder that are like neither of them are so fodder that I'm like, fuck, man, you're stupid for thinking Sukuna wins. You know, like that's such a dumb idea or some shit. It's not like thinking me was weak. I mean, it's a possibility.
Look, I'm like I think it was a nice discussion. It was fun. But I think anybody like who like let's be clear, guys, we don't like have proper debates on purpose. Like that's just not the kind of thing we do.
Yeah,
Like
we just disagree and we
yeah,
talk about it.
but like
We just happen to disagree a lot.
yeah. Tessero, it's so interesting. I'm not seeing a $5 dono pop up. I maybe it's your end. You should check again. Um, let's see. By the way, anybody who's saying cream pie, I don't even know if I can say
Y'all
that
are
word. Yeah.
y'all are insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I think it's. I mean, listen, I think it's fair for you to. It's fine for like I don't take some personal fucking like. I'm like, fucking man, he thinks Sukuna beats him. I can't let this slide. I just think like
Bro, showing up with
I
receipts, like
yeah.
page and chapter. Oh my god.
No, I can't allow you to think this. Like it's like I think Yuta just has more going for him in that regard. It's fine that you don't. Um,
So I'm gonna
let's
take a
see.
little pee break as I normally do at this point in the
Got you.
podcast.
I'll hold it
We're
down.
literally so close to 100 likes, so I'm like I'm rubbing my hands right now. I'm kind of excited.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Hey, make a binding vow. Make a binding vow.
oh, oh, obviously,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
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 can you bully Testro into coughing up while I'm up?
Interesting, interesting. Tessero, I don't know what bet you guys made, but did you lose?
Yeah.
Um,
So it was if you just scroll up in chat real quick, you'll see it. He said, "Ronan, if you stop holding back, I'll donate $5."
got you. Let's see, Joshua Oshiafi. Thank you for the 199. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. Imagine you to copy Sukuna's first technique. That'd be so fucking cool. I think. Okay, I want to talk about this because we did get like it kind of we obviously YouTube was brought up and that is always going to open its own can of worms, right? But there are so many characters that Sukuna I feel like needs to fight. Like I need to see him fight Gojo and his full form. Excuse me. I need to see him fight Kashimo. I need to see him fight Yuta. Well, I said so many. I named like three. And that's about all I got. I don't know if I need to fight see him fight anybody else. No, I didn't lose. You held back on him, bro. Listen, I don't know. Listen, I'll ask you, Tessera, because you're the only one in chat that's even somewhat like me in this sense that I know of at least. Is it really holding back if I'm just not being an asshole? Like I don't really know. Like prove it, prove it, prove it. Like I'm trying to have a conversation, a dialogue, an exploration of ideas. You feel me? Um, fight Megami. Oh, that's another thing. I do want him to fight Megami, but I want Megami to beat the shit out of him. And that's an example of something that I'm like. That's why I don't get mad at people thinking Sukuna wins because I want Megami to beat the shit out of Sukuna like casually. But I mean, that's not something I have a reason to think will happen. I just want that shit. Yeah. Um, let's see. I hope Creams washes his hands. Nah, he's actually told me that he's never one to wash his hands. And he's actually super dirty and unhygienic. Um, uh, let's see. Oh, thank you for the 279. Thank you, thank you, thank you. How did this go from chapter 200 predictions to Sukuna versus Yuta? Chat is how it went to the. If I think one of us looked and read one of the messages and we were like, yeah, we've had this debate before, and then decided to do it again. So that was interesting. Um, uh, M3D, with the $2. Think Maki being Yuta / a card level is realistic. Yeah, I could see that. Like, I think that's another thing. That's actually another really good example of one of those sort of like things I think could happen and things I think are actually true, but I don't have a reason for it yet. Like I don't have a reason to think Toji and Maki necessarily should be on the level of Yuta in particular, and I guess by proxy like Jackpot Hikari. But I do think it is the case. Like I do think it's going to be that. Because I think having such a gap with like a completed character and another completed character narratively would be a bit weird. So like I do think it will she will be around their level, but I don't have like a good power scaling reason for that to be the case. In fact, I only have actually evidence to the contrary in my own mind. But ignoring all that shit, in my gut, I think so. Nothing to indicate 2018 Rika still occurs when we saw her leave. I mean, what else would you classify her more as a Shikigami or something? Um, do we think Maki will surpass Soji now or just reach his level? Um, I think I think at the bare minimum, she's gonna show us what Toji's level really looked like. Because if you think about it, we never get to see Toji in his real prime against like for real. Actually, speaking of that, what's your opinion on Toji versus Yuta? Um, Empirically, right? If you go off of like what we know, and like I kind of take out my sort of n- narrative desire and like thought of Toji having to be on these similar like high tier levels, I think Yuta would probably win, pretty handedly. Because I'll put it like this, right? Once again, I think in my mind, I'm just like in my gut, I'm like Toji and Maki are probably closer to those levels than I thought. But I'm like, okay, if you look at it like this, right? And we look at it as um like Gojo with his curse energy reinforcement is able to like be faster, like or dodge Choji's attacks or whatever, right? Okay. Yuta has more curse energy. He should be able to reinforce his body. I would imagine just as much as Gojo, if not more. Meaning his physical stats should be better. At not maybe not strength, but like his speed, whatever. He's reacting, he's dodging, and he's tagging Toji, even if you think they're relative for some reason. Whatever, cool. Toji, like Toji, then just doesn't necessarily have the arsenal to deal with Yuta. Because if you have Rika and Yuta double team him, then you just have like bare minimum two Toji level fighters in his face, and he's just getting bullied. Um, that's what I think. That's what I think based off like empirical evidence. I for the 45th time do think that Toji, um, I do think that Toji probably is going to um either be retconned to be that strong, or maybe I had some like fundamental misunderstanding of his scaling relative to Gojo. Um, and yeah, he's actually much stronger than I thought.
What's up?
What's up?
So I noticed there was some controversy about Toji's true strength.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, so I've noticed. I think I heard you say like is his new strength retconned or something, and I think Gege kept it vague enough in flashbacks
Mhm,
and stuff where he's like, I feel like my old self again, or I'm starting to, where it feels
mhm.
like the ceiling could be anywhere. My opinion, I think Maki and Toji probably cap out their heavenly restriction at around like mid special grade. Like if the special
Mid special
grade,
grade sorcerer or
yeah,
what?
yeah, like
Okay.
because okay, let's be real, right? Special grade should be like a scale in and of itself, right? Because like the difference between low special grade and high special grade seems to be like larger than the gap between grade 1 and grade 4.
Mhm.
So I got them at mid special grade if like Hikari is like mid to high special grade or something.
I think there's no situation current Maki would ever lose to Hikari. Ooh, fuck, voice crack. Would ever lose to Hikari, assuming like he doesn't start in Jackpot. Like I think she just fucking murders him. But if he starts in Jackpot, then yeah, there may be some contention there. Um,
I mean, look, I okay. Let me put it to you this way, right? Not saying he doesn't actually have jackpot is it's kind of like saying, oh yeah, Sukuna, but he doesn't have his domain or cleave. You know?
well, it's not that. It's more like it's something. It's a thing that in any given fight he doesn't come into with it necessarily. It's like a condition he has to fulfill. You know what I mean? Um,
Hajime beats
That's why I
Toji.
say that's why I say without jackpot, because unless you think that he starts every fight with a jackpot, then that is like his standard equipment is the ability to use it, but he doesn't necessarily start in it all the time.
True, but it's kind of the whole point of Hikari is that like to quote a friend of mine, he's plot armor done right. So
Yeah,
he
whoever said
always,
that, honestly, I feel like sounds like a fucking genius.
but like he always
I feel like you should go
augments
check
his
that
own
video.
luck. Yeah, he always augments his own
Yeah.
luck.
Well, okay, that's fair, right? But I think what I think happens though is if they start and he's not in like jackpot already, he's getting his head ripped off before he even forms the domain signs. That's what I mean when I say like it's dependent. Like I don't think he has any of the stats to even like begin to start using his skill. Um, it'd be like Sukuna would like cleave him in half before he even gets to use it or whatever, or some shit like that. Like I think it's on that level of like disparity. But somebody did bring up a good point that I actually wanted to bring up that
Shit.
Toji may have been like in his fight with Gojo nerfed because of like his character sort of like wavering. Do you know what I'm referencing? Where Toji's like, I deviated from my true self.
Yeah, I remember that where he was like, "Oh, I shouldn't have like the real me would have like run away like and
Yeah,
re-strategized and yeah,
yeah. And I think if you take that and you're like that implies that Toji is just generally weaker than he would be, I'm like fuck, that eliminates one of the biggest downplays for Toji that exists, and it allows for him to scale much higher realistically. Because you can get rid of the Megami argument pretty like once again, look at me flip flopping again on my fucking stance on this. But you can just say Megami isn't seeing either of them, and he just like he equates getting perception blitzed to Sukuna speed. But that doesn't mean it's actually Sukuna speed, right? Like if I'm getting blitzed by the speed of sound, and then the speed of light blitzes me too. If I say they're equal, that doesn't mean they're equal. That just means both of them I can't perceive their actual speed.
I
Um,
get it. So you're walking back again. Okay, typical
yeah, yeah,
Ronin.
exactly. Walk back, and next week, guys, when this inevitably gets brought up, I'll be like, no, but Megally actually saw both of them, so it means this statement is accurate. So tune in for the flip flopping. That is my fucking stance on this idea. So yeah,
So wait,
there's that.
let me see if I have this straight. You think Toji at the time of the what's the name of the Gojo's past arc like officially? The Star Plasma Vessel
Hidden
arc.
inventory, or something
Right,
like
yeah.
that. One of those.
So you're telling me Toji got double nerfed one time because he was out of practice, and then the second time where he like acted out of character. So does this
Mhm.
mean Puppet Toji was technically like him at his prime?
Maybe, but if you say he's fighting instinctually, you might actually be like getting rid of that you may be getting rid of that sense nerf. I don't know if you do though. I don't know how like it depends on what you think those instincts include. You know what I mean?
I don't.
Because like
What?
fighting okay, so like Maki gets her amp from like having like the greater senses and like being in tune with like everything around her, right?
Right.
It's like a conscious decision of hers. I'm saying if you assume that Toji does not have that awareness because he's not really conscious, he may still be severely nerfed in that sense as well.
But we know that like him in retirement, like with the retirement nerf,
Yeah, the fucking I'm old and shit
shit,
nerf or
yeah.
whatever.
He still had his senses like fully sharpened because of the cursed spirit who had like a simple domain with the
Yeah, no,
scissors.
for
Yeah.
sure. That's what I'm saying. Like it could be different nerfs. Like they could be different. Like they're not necessarily like they're just different like reasons for it. Like Toji's lacking any of his intelligence or whatever. Which is what makes him applicably what the fuck? In terms of application, it's not as quality as like a prime Toji. So then maybe, and that'd be absolutely insane. What if Gege comes out like, yeah, we've never seen Toji in his prime. Like he just on screen, he's just never been at his best.
So
Um,
I'm curious, right? If Toji was
mhm.
still alive, he'd be what 45? Like
Is that how that work? Yeah, yeah. I doubt. I'm not gonna lie. I think Toji's part of the heavenly restriction thing might be like a decreased aging, based
yeah,
on how fucking
young he looks.
broken
Yeah.
it is on everything. Yeah,
And
he
if
definitely
he has
looks
a
like he's
healing
like yeah,
factor, yeah, he
yeah.
definitely yeah. Which by the way, that's so weird to me that like the heavenly restrictions have a healing factor, but it's like, yeah, why wouldn't they have a healing factor now that I think about it?
Yeah, if
Yeah.
you think that, yeah, their physical things are literally just like it's like everything about them physically is enhanced, right? Their senses, their regenerative abilities. It's not like Wolverine, but it's like, yeah,
Yeah.
you heal much faster because hey, you have a superior body. Like, oh, who would have thought?
Yeah, and Toji definitely had a superior body. But okay,
Hey
okay.
yo,
Yeah, but listen. Okay. So I'm wondering, when did Toji start hitting his peak, right? Because I imagine like he never had a like my kind of nerf like Maki did, where he needed to get rid of
hmm
something or give something up to like fully awaken his potential. So I wonder at what point he became able to just like kill the entire Zenin clan.
I don't know. Hold on. I want to look for something. You keep chat entertain. Like I'll
Yeah,
keep talking, but
yeah.
I do
Okay.
want to look for
So,
something.
here's where I'm coming from. Right when Naoya was a kid, Toji was already like fully either a teenager or like in his early 20s, and he seemed to be at like full intensity. Like what's his name? Ogi, Maki and Mai's dad was fully traumatized by him, right?
Hmm.
Just the specter of him made him like piss himself, right? And they each had like a distinctive memory of Toji in one way or another. My God, yeah, dude, you and me, we're really like
Yeah,
stammering. I don't know
getting
what's
our
in the
ass
air.
beat by
Yeah,
words or some shit. Yeah, it's crazy.
but like there are these little Easter eggs and like allusions to Toji's true ability and his ability to wipe out the Zenin clan, right? Uh, However, I wonder at what point, like what threshold was crossed, at what age, at what point was it Toji getting bullied by the Zenin clan to then being all of them being put on watch by him? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Um.
Because okay,
Yeah.
it definitely had to be before his conversation. It had to be before Megumi was born, right? So minimum
Hmm.
16 years ago when he was what 20 years old. But
Something like that.
it feels like even before then it might have already like been the case.
Yeah.
Rantis.
Yeah. It could have well been the case for like a while. It didn't have to be something that was like, oh yeah, it's just a new like he just achieved that ability because he's also been like assuming he had like that complete he was born with that complete heavenly restriction he'd be acquainted with it from from combat like a very young age, you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
not something that he would necessarily have to get used to for a while. um
So yeah, it makes me wonder about Toji's like full capabilities.
yeah, yeah, 100%. 100%. I don't know why Gigi never revealed Toji's
Yeah,
age.
that's so weird, right? Like,
Yeah,
because I always assumed it was kind of implied that he was what 28 when he died.
but yeah, but he couldn't be right, could he not be? Because he was a grown man when he pulled up on Kid Gojo, right?
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't honestly don't know. His age is like ambiguous because it's like
Oh yeah, yeah. Because
you don't look different.
okay, he was considerably adult height compared to
Yeah,
Gojo, who is 28 right now. So
yeah.
minimum he has to be. No, wait. So that was Gojo at what 7 years old, 8 years old?
When he like sneaks up behind him or whatever or tries to.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That is when Gojo's like 6 or some shit. Like
Right.
yeah.
Okay, so assuming that Gojo was like 6 and he's 28 now, that means that happened 22 years. No, 30 years before the present story because Toji's been dead for 8 years at this point.
Hmm.
Meaning, wow, I just did the math all wrong. Can somebody walk me through this real quick? Okay, so Toji was roughly 16 during the time of that flashback.
No idea. You got me doing out here. You got me out here doing
Yeah,
math and shit, bro.
dude.
I'm getting cooked.
Okay, okay, Junior, is he 30 like when he died or when he had that confrontation with Kid Gojo? He was an adult. Toji died 12 years prior to chapter 197. Okay, so he died 12 years before the present day, right? So, um, yeah, he was 30 when he died. That's so young though. He would have really 30. That means he would have
He would have
been
been super young pulling up
yeah, he
on
would have
Gojo then.
yeah, he would have had to been cuz Gojo was like 16. He would have had to been like 20, 22 maybe.
Yeah.
So, that means Megumi was already he had Megumi when he was what, 19, 20?
That seems like something Toji could do.
Yeah.
Or Toji would do rather.
So meaning he had already left the Zenin clan and had a career as a sorcerer hunter years before that point, right? So does this mean the Zenin clan was like put on blast when Toji was 14?
Oh, am I lagging?
Yeah, it cut out.
My fault, my fault. Yeah, what was the last thing you heard me say then?
I said, does this mean he was like 14 and then nothing?
Oh, got you. So I was just saying, like, I like considering Maki's like 16 or 17, it's not that weird because he should have had that from birth. He's just him. So he's like, when he's just like, you know what, I'm really that fucking guy. Y'all are all bitches. So
Yeah.
that'd be pretty. That's a pretty funny like mental image though.
Yeah, right? So 13-year-old Toji, I guess, like. So, okay, okay. Secondary question then. Does this imply that the older Toji got, the stronger he got? Because if he was already 13 and able to put the entire Zenin clan, uh,
In a pack.
yeah, in a pack. Yes, thank you. Essentially, they're all like grade 1, semi grade 1 sorcerers at the top end, right? Like,
Hmm.
very few of them are special grade, but who aren't like 10 Shadows users, right?
Yeah.
And like, oh yeah, no, they were because Naoya and Nabito were only classified as like special grade 1, right?
Yeah, they are just grade one
Yeah, and they were
sorcerers.
like the strongest besides like anybody with Megumi's technique. So this implies to me that bare minimum, bare minimum, right? Modern Naoya as a cursed spirit should be like special grade 10 times over, just based off of
Yeah,
the
I mean he's
like
definitely.
confrontation, like the amount of difficulty he's given awakened Maki.
Yeah, 100%. I don't think because I think if it's like this right now he's a grade one, meaning he has to be able to contend with special grades.
Right.
Maki fucking folded him after folding an entire clan.
Mhm.
Curse Naoya is trouble for Maki, right? Or at least initially, and now like Maki's like second like really big transformation is allowing you to kind of beat him up. But even then, he's growing even more. He's 100% a special grade and like deep into the ranks of it, I would say.
Yeah, I would
Like
say,
not necessarily the top, but like he's very solid. Like it's not like he's like on the cusp of it. Like
sire.
he's like bot. He's no fucking finger bearer. Oh no, you're good. I think it's crazy that I think it's crazy to think Kenjaku knew that Gojo would awaken after fighting Toji. Do you think that's what happened?
No way that he knew that would happen.
Yeah,
Because
I don't think so.
like he,
Because Toji is just stated to be an outlier that nobody can account for.
yeah.
I don't think. Yeah.
And also the whole point I think of what's his name of Kinjaku is that he is a guy who is planned like crazy, but also gets extraordinarily lucky. Like I think Kinjaku's luck in the last 3 years of the JJK story it should not be understated. Like the biggest one, in my opinion, the biggest stroke of luck is finding Geto's body. Like
Huh.
that body
Yeah.
literally like it basically fast forwarded everything he wanted to do for the last 1,000 years. Next was finding Prison Realm, and three was emerging. What's this? Sukuna's vessel, creating
Yeah.
Sukuna's vessel. By the way, M3D, thank you for the $2. Is Noe the fastest character we've seen thus far, aside from like
No.
Gojo and like maybe Yuta and
Not
like
not even Maki and Toji anymore.
yeah, like I'll put
Because
it
he's
this.
like, why can't I catch
Yeah,
you? No,
he
not
would.
anymore.
Yeah, he would need to
Not even
blitz
close.
right like Maki as of this chapter for me to be like, yeah, there's like 2 or 3 characters faster than him.
Yeah. Because Sukuna's not getting blitzed by him, I don't think. Yuta's probably not getting blitzed. Like they're probably reacting. Maki, I mean, obviously Maki and Toji scale above. Gojo has to be faster than that. Um, yeah, no, no, definitely not. In the higher echelon for sure, but not the top. Maybe top five, which is crazy to say. Like maybe he'd be top five. No, you're good. I think the top five, at least, okay, it would be
uh,
go in no order: Gojo, Sukuna, Toji, Maki. I don't know if you want to count Jackpot Hikari. I don't know. It gets kind of interesting if you be like, I don't know. Do you think Yuta's in there? Do you think like Full Power Hikari's in there? Do you think like Kashima's in there by proxy of doing that? Like, it gets kind of iffy. But I would probably say now he's probably like in that top 5 to top 8 range.
what's also cool to me about Naoya being fast is that it's compared to like his top speed, which is I think what we're grading this by. The amount of effort it takes out of him to stay in it, let alone like go into it, should not be discontinued from the conversation because I feel like everybody above him who is faster is able to be
Does it all
faster.
the time.
Yeah, like with far less effort. So we're really like, as weird as it sounds, we have to like buff Naoya's speed for this to be like a proper conversation. Just because the people above him are like actually above him in like every other category in addition to speed.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. By the way, Jogo blitzing Naobito not only is only partially true, but happened with like a weakened Naobito or like a
Yeah,
slower one.
and one
It's not really
arm
that big of a
post
deal.
Dagon domain. Yeah, like Nabito
Yeah,
was like fully out of
and
it. Yeah.
Naobito reacts to Jogo's attack and gets like I kind of don't know the like it's kind of ambiguous. It's like did he get caught off guard? Is he like fucked up because he can't make the proper like movements he wants to with his one arm? But like he did initially draw Jogo's attack and surprise him with that. Um,
Yeah. So if you want, our opinion, Noya is barely in the top five of fastest characters in JJK.
yeah, yeah, yeah. By the way, somebody said like I don't think Maki's faster. He just says I'll quote this. I should be overwhelming you with speed. Why can't I catch you?
Yeah,
That's just what he says verbatim.
you know what it might be? It might be that Maki is essentially. Didn't she say she was predicting where he was going?
Yeah. Like she's like, yeah. Let's see. Yeah. Blah, 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 blah. The atmosphere around us seems empty. Where is it? I don't know why I can't find this specific. It's when she's fucking laughing her ass off, making fun of Naoya here. Um, yeah. Everything around me will tell me how Naoya will move. So like maybe if you say like in a foot race, he's not faster, but like in my opinion in anything that like in any sort of combat speed, she's faster. Um,
Yeah, which
yeah,
my favorite thing when people discuss speed feats with me about characters, it's this like line from an older Justice League comic. It's Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman having this conversation where Superman's like, Diana, I'm like way faster than you, and she's like, so I'm like a better fighter than you. He's like, oh, yeah, Bruce, what do you think? And Batman's like, okay, who's faster,
Bruce Lee or Usain Bolt.
Bruce Lee or Usain Bolt? And
Yeah,
yeah, it left an impression with you too, huh?
yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah.
cool.
It's the travel speed versus combat speed thing. It's like cool. You can get this place really quickly, but like in these types of series and like versus battles, combat speed is mainly the one that matters.
Yeah. So that's like if you were to ask me, oh yeah, when I win the foot race, probably. Yeah.
Yeah. But like also like who cares?
Yeah,
Like now
right?
you might win in a foot race versus like everybody besides Gojo because he can teleport. But like I don't really give a fuck. I'm more talking about like your speed in combat kind of stuff like that.
Yeah.
Um,
By the way, thanks for helping us hit 100 likes, everybody. I wanted to like say
appreciate
thank
it.
you
Appreciate it.
properly, you know. Wow. I didn't think we can get so into the weeds with JJK versus battles again, but it seems like every time a character has like a slight power up, or there's actually like a new character who's like able to contend with like somebody like Ishigori, right? His presence in the story was really like, oh, output more cursed energy than everybody in history, for real, for real.
Yeah.
Um, Interesting. And I think as JJK goes on and evolves, uh, we're going to have more and more in-depth conversations. But these discussions, we're both gonna have more concrete examples. Like, bro, I cannot
Yeah.
like in a weird way, right? I don't want JJK to ever end, but like rationally, I want like it needs to end. But like,
Hmm.
bro, seeing shit like Yuki, seeing shit like Hakari, oh my god, like Kashimo and Sukuna, seeing all these things that we've discussed this episode, I think will make for the most fun hypotheticals if Gege gives us like a assload of some of the most off the walls like solo fights, like not
Hmm.
solo, but like I want to see all these kind of questions about hierarchy in the JJK verse to be answered because it's a kind of a unique series in that this hierarchy is very like rigid. Like
Yeah.
you don't have upward mobility in JJK. As a as a prominent YouTuber once said, cursed energy is not a power system, it is a caste system.
Interesting. Yeah, that prominent YouTuber. Yeah, it was me, guys. I said something
Shut
that
the bro,
profound. So
you're
go ahead and
not.
give me credit.
Don't you dare take credit for that. It was
I'm
me,
going to steal it. Yeah,
bro.
yeah, yeah. Listen, you got to lay claim to it instantly. Um,
By the way, for
yeah.
that video, just slightly unrelated. So, the concept was essentially to kind of show how Toji and Gojo both like had wildly different experiences from like being born via cursed energy as the dominant power system. And I said for one side, I wanted Gojo to be like a god, right? Honored one, all that crap, right? And then on the left side, I didn't know what to quite say for Toji. And then I remember that he kept calling himself a monkey. And I don't know why, but like the parallel between monkey and god was so fucking like funny to me for the point I was trying to make for it being a caste system that I feel like it might have been, hypothetically,
Made for you.
shut up, counterproductive to what I was trying to do, because I kind of the JJK of it kind of got in the way of maybe the caste system of it. So alternatively, I was gonna write untouchable, but it felt like I'm still conflicted about it. I have to like let that video go, but I don't know. It's been on the back of my mind.
Dude, every time I feel that. I feel that. Maybe get a run back. But yeah, nah. I feel like every time I see like some Toji hype, I'm like, dude, that Toji is the most important character in JJK. Like, that's the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so fucking right. I'm like, god damn. One thing I will say, I did kind of go what I call him, what I fucking call it. This might get stolen, but like I just had it written down in my notes, like the monkey of Jujutsu Kaisen for like a Toji video talking about it, which I think is fucking hilarious.
Yeah, but because monkey is like it's such a hard line to describe like Toji being viewed in the verse, like canonically, and how he views himself. So it's like you want to use it because it's like the language of the character who's saying it, who's being described by it. But at the same time, it's like, bro, I don't want to keep calling him monkey. It seems wrong.
Yeah, I do think as a chatter brought up, it might be a reference to like Sun Wukong, like the Monkey King, like
he broke free from the gods, yeah,
that type of thing.
Okay.
Let's see. X-Men with the $5. Kashimo versus Yuta with Norika. Also, what do you guys think Yuta's domain is? And Urame versus Uro. I'll do the easiest one first. Urame probably gets the shit beat out of her by Uro. I'm not gonna lie. It's just a lack of feats. I don't know. Do you disagree?
No, I don't have like a strong. I'm not gonna cape for Urame when I've seen her block like Chozo, and not really do it that well. Chozo. Why'd I start?
Chozo. Yeah, Chozo. It's okay. I wasn't gonna bring it up, but you did, so I was like, all right.
No, yeah, bro. I think what it was is the moment of silence was worse because it let me think
yeah,
about
my
it.
fault. I was like, there was some. I was like, fuck. Okay, all right, continue. But yeah, okay. So that's that question. Do you have an opinion on Yuta's domain?
Real quick, X-Man, thank you for the 4.99 dono. Kashimo versus Yuta, no Rika.
Did you just repeat what I just said?
Wait, you already
Hey, buddy.
thanked? Wait, you already thanked?
That's exactly. Hey, yeah. That's why I brought up the Urame versus Uro, Yuta's domain, and Kashimo versus Yuta.
God, I thought that was like a different chat. Oh my god. Okay.
Bro's undermining me. Chat. He doesn't think I can read. He doesn't think I can read off your chats properly. I'm actually getting a. This is absolutely insane. Cream doesn't trust me as a co-host.
I'm so sorry, bro. This is why we're in couples therapy, by the way.
Yeah, you. Let's see. M3D. Should I say? Yeah, M3D for the $2. Do you think I'm gonna ever do Hikaru versus Yuta? Good question. I might actually. I'm gonna throw up a poll on my community tab, like with like a couple of versus battles, and be like whichever one gets the most votes out. Like that'll be the next versus battle I do. It just seems easier. Rather than making my own decision, that seems tough. To go back real quick to what X-Men said. I think I have no idea for Yuta's domain. I think it may just be like a cycle through all the techniques I've copied, or like all of having multiple techniques, like Shurei techniques in your domain would be crazy.
I mean, yeah. Imagine if like you can make duplicate Yutas, and it's like each one of them has a different technique or something crazy like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh man. So. Excuse me.
Oh, and then Kashimo versus Yuta. What do you think if it's just like Yuta no Rika?
Oh my god, I said Nuta. My god. Dog, I am absolutely like fighting for my life with words right now. Like, why? Why is it so hard?
Yeah.
Okay. Listen. I completely forgot what the question was.
Kashimo versus Yuta no Rika assistance.
Kashimo? Because Kashimo's used to fighting without like a domain or anything, so.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd probably agree. I think he's probably just gonna like. I think what he'll do is he'll just make Yuta bottom out his curse energy by like really bombarding him with a lot of like physical damage. Like that he might make him use reverse curse technique a lot. Um, yeah, I got you. I'm just gonna. My back's hurting from all this work. No, I'm joking. But let's see. Nobody's mentioning this, but Mio's domain strongly indicates time indeed doesn't pass inside the prison realm. I mean, I think we have the objective statement on that. But yeah, it does further like elaborate that like certain abilities can manipulate time to a degree. Um, let's see. I need Megami and Yuji to have a Toji slash Gojo moment. Uh, dude, listen. I'm such a fucking proponent of Megami saying fuck all that and being like Sukuna. That's why he got a barrierless domain so far. He's gonna be like, wait a minute, but what if? But what if I just didn't get one at all and made it better? That's what I'm saying. That's my prediction.
All right, yo, dude, I hate that I have to occasionally mute just because these sirens that I like always go by my house are just blasting at like 1,000 decibels. So I just like quickly tell BR, hey man, can you just carry this for a bit? So
Yeah.
I feel so
Oh,
bad.
it's a Crunchy McGee. That is definitely a comment. Crunchy Socks McGee, rather. That's definitely a comment that makes sense for your name. If space can be adjusted, so can time. Let's go. Obviously, because as a homie Valor once said, like manipulating space. That might be too much of an inside joke. I just realized I'm not on my stream.
All right, explain it to me. Give everybody here the context.
Oh, I gotta say it in front of the class.
Yeah.
Basically, there's a guy debunked one of my videos. Really smacked me up. Right,
All right.
objectively right guy.
Okay.
So he one of the comments he made was that like blue manipulates space and time. So like anybody that gets touched by it like instantly will die.
Okay.
Obviously. And it's just funny because it's like obviously he's right? Like any sort of manipulation of space and time means instant death if it touches you. Objectively true.
Okay.
No room for error there. And I just think it's funny because it's like I was shown the error of my ways there, you know?
Okay.
Yeah. I just saw the light. It's a little nod to that. Um
Did
the
you
sleeves.
did
The
you
sleeves.
the sleeves?
What's up? Nothing. Another thing from the stream.
So did you successfully debunk his debunking?
I would say so. Yeah, with like a 6-hour stream.
It was a 5-hour stream. Ronan kept pausing.
Yeah,
Dude,
bro. He made a
you
1-hour video, and
oh
I have
my
to
god.
react. Listen. No shade, but actually shade. When I react to something, I'm gonna react. You know what I mean? I'm not just gonna watch the video.
Bro, I first of all, this is peak like hater activity and I love to see it. Second of all, this is actually so fucking funny because like it evokes this image of like the 8-hour responses to like I didn't like Joker. Sorry, like the 12-hour responses, 3-part each fucking no, 3-part 11-hour each response to I didn't like Joker. I don't know if you've seen that meme on Twitter, bro. It is
I
actually
have.
it's so fucking funny. Like H Bomber guy responses too. Oh god, you're I see you, dude. You're that's what you're going for. That's the dream. That is
Uh,
literally what you're trying. Like that's the end goal for you. You're like, now I want more people to fucking speak up against me.
uh-huh. Of course. Can't wait for Kamo's domain expansion next chapter. Um,
Kamo's demand. Ew, I don't know if Kamo's built to have one. I'll put it to you this way, right? If Chozo can't do it, Kamo can't do it.
if Kamo gets one before Megami,
I mean,
like a complete one, like a finished one, like a barrier. Oof. Me and Gig are gonna have to sit down and have a conversation.
bro, hold up. I like that you didn't even flinch at what I said. Chozo is
'Cause
objectively like way better than Kamo at like using that ability, right?
right now, yes.
Oh, you think Kamo's surpassing him?
Choso's dying. Kamo's gonna be next up.
All
That's
right,
my
let me ask you
thoughts.
this, right? How is Kamo getting that like poison blood factor? That's like something innate to Chozo's
He does.
biology.
He does have that just for curses.
That is
His blood is poisonous for curses.
Is
For
it?
curse spirit.
No, I thought it was just imbued with cursed energy to like boost the effects it has. Like when he spins it around, it's essentially a buzz saw. It's not like it's blood.
No, Kamo's blood is specifically poisonous to curse spirits.
Huh.
In the same way that his is, in the same way that Choso's is to humans.
Bag catcher. Sorry, that's a funny name. Bag catcher
Back
TV.
chaser.
Bag chaser. Oh my god.
Wow, man. Chat,
Dude.
chat. We
Dude,
need the money. We need the money to get this brain surgery right now.
bro.
We
Oh
need to
my
get him.
god.
We need to help. We need to
Sorry.
help him,
Okay,
man.
okay, okay. First of all, knock on wood. Second of all, dude, the English language is like actually kicking my ass today.
Man,
Okay,
bag catcher. Woo.
okay. Who wins 5v5 deathmatch? Gojo, Yuta, Hikari, Maki,
Gojo.
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 Gojo. Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who else is on there. Gojo. The
Yeah.
team the Gojo's on. Wait, did you say Gojo and Yuta? Gojo.
Yeah. Like that's so extra, bro.
Let me read it though. Let me read it to be fair. Let's see. Gojo, Yuta, Hikari, Maki, Ishigori versus Full Sukuna, Geto, Kashima, Mahito, and Jogo.
Nah, still Gojo's team because Yuta and Gojo alone is already insane. Combining them with the rest is cherry. Like it's extra.
Yeah. Here's what I see happening. Gojo and Sukuna are gonna duke it out. Maybe they're even, but they're gonna be occupying each other, so they don't really have to worry about either they're gonna kill everybody else in their battle or they're gonna be isolated and focus on each other. Yuta's probably gonna beat the shit out of Geto. I would imagine. Kashimo, I could see throwing hands with Maki temporarily. I could see Ishigori going up. Excuse me, up against Kashimo.
Yeah, I was
and
thinking
holding
that
his own.
too. Like I think okay, honestly, you have a fair argument to get with Mahito on the other team. Now that I'm looking at that,
Just because he can't die.
Yeah,
Is that what you're thinking?
no, the rest of them don't seem to have any particular resistance to soul manipulation. So I'm wondering like Yuta, like I remember you and Noop's video was like Yuta could theoretically eat a piece of Mahito and then acquire his ability. Which, assuming
Yeah.
that happens, then I'd still say Yuta and Gojo win. But assuming it doesn't happen, I'd say like it like very high diff, but still Gojo and Yuta. Like I don't see a situation where Gojo and Yuta, Hikari and Maki and Ishigori
Can't
are
kill
like
him.
Like
Yeah.
it's too
Again,
stacked.
the thing is,
Yeah.
you can also just do the run him out of curse energy option. Literally, because if he can't use this technique, he'll just die from regular attacks like any other curse. Um, it's literally an application of his curse technique, which is something Mahito does acknowledge on two separate occasions. Like, is he trying to run me out of cursed energy? Blah blah blah. I think it's like honestly a pretty like it's like you. It is a pretty pitched battle. We initially were like dismissive of it, but I do think you have characters that go against each other pretty well.
Yeah.
Oh, one thing. Do you think it's implied that Toji has like soul hacks, like soul resistance shit?
Oh my god, dude! I've been racking my brain with that question since the minute I finished like reading that chapter where heavenly restrictions were explained, dude.
Yeah.
Okay,
I think so.
so
I feel like he does. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, so the argument that I keep seeing against it is Mekamaru and the fact that Mahito is able to like give him what Heavenly Restriction essentially took from him. But at the
Yeah.
same time, wasn't it implied that Mekamaru was also like losing lifespan or something crazy like that?
Mekamaru's heavenly restriction is just like the inverse of Toji and Maki's.
Yeah. But like
In every capacity, really.
okay, it seems like the binding vow just can't be broken by like anybody
Yeah.
else. Like I don't know. Like I want to see it so bad because either like Maki and Toji are just like another like they're just other humans, whatever. They don't have any cursed energy resistance like even like Nanami did, right?
Mhm.
But on the other hand, it's like their heavenly restriction is that powerful because it's like absolutely no cursed energy, you know? Like
Yeah. And they do have I think they do develop resistances to curses because they have zero. Let me pull up the Yuki thing real quick because I could read it out. But I'm pretty sure she's like Toji's thing is like it's zero cursed energy ends up wrapping around to you having like an innate resistance to those things. But let me check.
yeah, because I remember what's his
yeah.
name? Shoko was trying to heal Maki after Shibuya, and she was like,
Mm-hmm.
"Yeah, your body's just like particularly resistant even to like my healing, right? Even to positive like reverse curse technique, it was resistant, and even to Jogo's fire, right?
Yeah, even though she's weaker than everybody
Yeah,
there,
like-
she's resistant to that.
Yeah.
And it says for Toji, real quick, by eliminating all curse energy, his body became sharpened to the point where he developed a resistance to curses. Like, and not just like durability, like a resistance specifically to those, I would imagine, right?
Yeah, and
so-
also,
and-
sorry, I just realized, Toji, sorry, excuse me, So Maki originally lost an eye, or like couldn't open her right eye, like right after Shibuya. But by the time we see
Mhm.
her coming back at the end of Hakari's fight, where what's her name, the witch girl came to like tell Hakari about the news, she literally
Yeah.
described Maki as a monster. And Maki, look at that, boom, both
Eye.
eyes back. Yeah.
Yep.
So and then we find out she has a healing factor. So I feel like all things being equal, Mahito probably couldn't one shot or like I don't think he could fundamentally give them cursed energy, right?
Yeah. What I was wondering
yeah.
is, do you think like so like for example, would it be a sort of like
Momo,
Yuji
thank you.
situation? Yeah. Would it be a Yuji situation? So like the reason I asked is because Toji's like he's like his body overrode or overwrit writ what the fuck?
Yeah,
It
you
it
too, dude. Let's
overwrote
go,
it
bro.
overwrote
Bro,
the
like
like the soul,
we gotta
right?
go halvesies on these on this fucking like
Maybe.
mental health facility that we're both going to for this.
For sure, for sure. But that combined with the fact that like Kenjaku is like, I'm not using my technique specifically because, or on Toji specifically because, dude, ew, like that's not gonna work.
Yeah,
He's like, there may be a clash, and we know that his interacts with the soul, and I'm like,
yeah.
dude, that may just be indication that Toji can not only affect it his on it like on his own, but that effects on it on his own body or soul don't work like that, or
Yeah.
they're not really
I'm trying to remember.
conducive to each
Didn't
other.
Kenjaku say there was a risk that he'd actually
Yes.
lose out to the heavenly
Yeah.
restriction, and it would be a case
Hmm.
like the puppet Toji thing, where his
Yeah.
soul just it took over because it was just stronger. The heavenly restriction was stronger than that guy's quality of soul.
So in with the puppet thing, it's literally yeah, it looks like my body was able to overwrite his soul. That was it. Like that. Oh, okay, I guess you can do that. Fair. Um, let's see. And then he says, this is a fan book statement. The interviewer asked, did Kenjaku think of taking over Gojo and Toji? And he said Gojo is impossible for him. Putting it simply, he can't kill Gojo. It's not impossible for Toji, but the moment he transfers, Toji's heavenly restriction will clash with his curse technique, and there's a possibility that a bug may occur. So there's no point in taking over those two people.
Yeah, it's
So
too
it's
big
like
of a
take
risk.
over
Yeah.
him. Fuck no.
Okay, yeah. So I guess that's like the short answer is it would be too risky to
Hmm.
take over Toji's body or try to manipulate his body like in the same way that old lady did, right? However, with Mahito, it could run the risk of it simply not working or worse, backfiring on Mahito.
Imagine he's
Yeah.
like it rebounds. He's like, what the
Fuck,
fuck? Like,
yeah.
did I just? Yeah. People. Okay, hold on. People saying like Mahito's like fucking black flashing Maki. All right, get real. Listen,
Like, no.
I'm gonna I'm gonna do something real quick for you guys. Right?
Mm.
Simple line. Mahito and Yuji relative. Maki shits on Yuji in terms of hands, which is all Yuji has right now.
Mm.
That means Maki shits on Mahito in terms of hands. The only thing that could possibly be a holdup is she may not be able to hurt him, which we've already discussed is kind of debatable,
Yeah.
right?
It's-
And that any attack hits him, that hits her rather, will be like deadly, which we've also argued is very debatable, and it depends on your interpretation of these things. Even still, there simply isn't a situation where Mahito lands a single blow on Maki. There just isn't. It just doesn't happen.
Like,
It's not.
it's not like simply put.
It's just
yeah.
it's just not there.
And actually,
and
bro,
as Liv said, apparently Maki has no soul.
yeah.
Um,
And you know, okay, dude. I just saw something hilarious. So imagine it's like awakened Mahito, who Maki would by the way still shit on, but like he can't change his form in that state, right? He just gets
Mhm.
like a durability and physical strength boost from what I remember,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
It means he's an easier target. Like
Mhm.
Maki, like with her sword especially, she would actually fold him, like cut him up into pieces. As long as she's not getting touched, which let's be real, even awakened Mahito cannot touch Maki. Like just on a speed
Yeah,
level.
it's just not happening.
Yeah.
Because listen, it's like this. People, okay, so it's like Yuji can react to dodge and land hits on this Mahito. Meaning, even while they're both like exhausted and whatever, Mahito in this form is like they can still combat each other. Neither of them are blitzing each other. Blah blah blah. Maki would just eat Yuji alive in any physical confrontation, right? Even if you don't grant her this new ability, like this like new
Even if you
sensory
took
of
away
everything.
her swords, like gave her
Yeah.
no weapons, like I'm talking like Maki, like this second, the millisecond Mai died, she would absolutely
Yeah.
destroy Yuji.
Yuji is just elite hand to hand, to be honest. He is, but Maki Like you said, like you followed up with, Maki's greater. Because okay, and here's the thing, right? Here's the very easy way to look at it.
Sorry, I just thought of something.
Go ahead.
I don't ever see Yuji like doing anything at Mach 3, let alone keep up or perceive it. So I just want to say that. All right, go on.
Yeah, we did see what happened when you put something at the speed of sound in front of him.
Yeah.
But yeah, granted he's on stronger, so I'm not gonna be like whatever, blah blah blah. But yes, you do make an interesting point there. I will say though that like it's like Yuji got blitzed by Naoya, Maki beat the fuck out of Naoya, and he's beating the fuck out of a stronger one now. Like, let's be real. Come on.
Swimmy64, thank you so much for the 4.99 dono. Do you guys think that Gege will expand on Heavenly Restriction? If so, what other types do you think there are? I think Mekamaru and Maki and Toji's Heavenly Restrictions kind of cover a broad swath of them, because it's always like cursed energy for something or vice versa, right? So there's only two ways you can do that. It's either an ass load of cursed energy and you get like a physical debuff, but or in Maki's case it's a physical buff but no cursed energy. So a rare exception would have to look like, I don't know, somebody who could do like a one-off curse technique that could like solo purple, destroy the entire world, but in exchange their life, like once they use it, their lifespan is like, and their entire bloodline, like every member of their family is dead, like something crazy like that. Like the consequences would need to be like world-shattering for any kind of like Heavenly Restriction, like expansion to be added in a way that's surprising.
Yeah. Let's see. Mahito was already heavily damaged when he went into his final form. Yeah, Yuji wasn't. He was perfectly fine and healthy.
Yeah.
He definitely wasn't literally falling apart from like his skin. Like he definitely didn't have like he didn't almost get his skull caved in at the beginning of the fight and get hit off guard by like two black flashes and a barrage of attacks. Yeah, Megami was. I mean, not Megami. What the fuck? I really had to insert Megami in there somewhere. I was like, yeah, Megami beat Mahito. Yeah, Yuji did that like completely healthy, like at 100%.
Yeah. What if
Kashin? That's broken. If Kashin was heavily restricted, where's the restriction? Where's the?
You know what? It might be just if you're talking about Kashimo's old body, because he was always coughing up blood and stuff, right? So maybe a combination is like he got that like broken curse technique in exchange for his body essentially expiring throughout his entire life, and he only gets to use it once, which makes me wonder, like, does he only know about his curse technique because he used it once and then died in his previous life, or did he already like intrinsically know? Like, was it just downloaded into his brain?
It might have to be like an inherited thing, like like not a like maybe a ritual or like a hey, give this up for this, and you get this. Yes, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. I wish this Maki could hit a Black Flash. It would be so broken if Maki or Toji were able to hit Black Flashes. Like, unironically, it would be devastating for the person on the receiving end.
Yeah, and if you ask Liv, she thinks she can hit a Black Flash with my
what?
sword.
Oh.
With my sword.
So you wait. That's interesting, actually. I didn't think of that.
It is interesting.
But it's like who
the reason
okay
the
no,
reason I think not okay good.
Yeah, actually, yeah, I don't think so either, because I'm thinking about it for a second. It wouldn't be possible because the sword would need to enter the zone to hit a Black Flash.
Yeah, like it depends. It depends on like the intricacies of how cursed tools work, right? Because if you think that a cursed tool can apply cursed energy 0.000 seconds after, like Mai would have to be sentient. Which, hey, to be fair, that's like not out of the question, right? The sword is very clearly sentient. Very clearly. It's possible. I'm gonna think it's possible. I don't know. I don't know if Maki necessarily needs a Black Flash. Like maybe just like like a fucking Heavenly Restriction Black Flash sounds like God. That sounds ass to deal with.
I mean,
like
yeah, especially with this like fully awakened Maki, it seems like a little overkill.
Yeah. Yeah, and Maki's sword may be sentient, but we still don't know to what degree like that even means. Like, does that mean it can like turn off its cursed energy and then apply it within that span? And even if it is, was Mai the type of character that could ever pull off a Black Flash? Nah.
Yeah, no way. Because, oh man, that would be so cool, Liv. But it would just like seeing a sword / Black Flash. Ooh, that's hard as fuck. But
don't act like you don't talk to your swords. Listen, I do, but that's different. I have a mental illness. That's not. I'm not. These things aren't gonna. Wait, what was that sword? Hold on. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. No, never mind. I don't have a mental illness. My sword actually talks to me. You guys
Uh,
heard that, right? You guys heard that, right?
why do you call it sword? It presumably has a name.
It he does have a name. That's just the title I call it. Sorry. Wow, you're getting me.
Yeah,
God,
wow.
I call him
Interesting.
by because I'm on stream. I'm deciding not to dox my sword.
So male sword, huh?
Yes.
Interesting.
hmm Paired up with my other sword. They say they're just friends, but I don't really think so. I think there's something more there.
So are you just like shipping them or like
I'm letting romance bud over there, whatever it is.
bro,
They can do their thing.
I'm surprised you don't like lock them in a room and you're a Rent a Girlfriend fan, right? So I'm assuming you don't just like
No, I'm a rent a girlfriend victim. I, yes, I'm beholden to the series.
Hey,
Against my will.
hey Justin, I no named them. So there you go.
Him.
There's a difference. No, because I'm referring to
Well,
both swords.
oh, okay, both. Got
Yeah.
you. My fault. I was like, it's like no, no, no.
Anyway,
Rent a mid. Listen, we talking about blades or something else? What else could we be talking about? We're talking about my sentient swords. Hello,
yeah.
my best friends. I mean, could I say? Yeah, my best friends. That's fair to say.
I'd be interested in seeing how
Fuck all
cursed
y'all.
tools are made. So, I'm actually glad. This will be like the last thing I think, but I've always wondered about cursed tools. I've always been under the impression that the stronger the cursed tool, the more brutal the process of making it. As in, like let's say something like I don't know, Playful Cloud. You think like the guy or whoever made it like had to kill like a bunch of really strong sorcerers and like condense their blood into the shape of like this I don't know what the actual weapon is called.
Threefold staff.
Yeah,
I
threefold
think.
staff. Yeah, so you think it's like the stronger the weapon, the more bodies, the more brutal, or the stronger the sorcerer. Like there's definitely some kind of exchange rate between power, life, etc.
Yeah, probably. I don't really know. I mean, it might be something we become privy to. Um, because like we do know that you can make something akin to a curse tool. Um, just by using having cursed energy circulate through a regular through a regular weapon like for a long time because that's what Miwa does. She
Yeah.
makes like a semi cursed tool just by like it's a normal sword that she imbues with cursed energy so much that it takes on those properties even when someone like Maki holds it.
You think there's a threshold where the sword ends up absorbing enough over a period of time to inherently become not only like a cursed tool like flat out, but stronger? Like so in One Piece, just to kind of draw a parallel here, the more hockey you imbue with it, like it becomes a black blade, and then it kind of has like characteristics of its own. And sometimes, if the blade is strong enough, it'll even have a personality of its own. So I'm wondering if maybe curse tools work in a similar way.
I could see that being a reality. I'm not sure. Obviously none of us are sure, but I think I could maybe not a person out maybe honestly if we assume my sentient and like there's some sort of process you can take to get that. Um,
Yeah. Joshua Osafi, I'm sorry if I butchered your last name. Thank you for the 199 dono. How did Kenjaku remote activate Idle Transfiguration? Presumably because Awakened Mahito could do that, but he just
yeah,
didn't. Yeah.
yeah, he's just 1v1ing Yuji. There's no need for a remote activation.
Yeah. So
Um,
it seems like, you know.
that's why he wanted Mahito to awaken. He's like, Yuji, please bring that dog out. I need that because my plan won't work otherwise.
Yeah, for real, for
Yeah.
real. Anyway, I think that's probably enough for today. Insanely fun stream.
Mhm.
Thank you guys for making this first monetized stream. Like, thank you just for
A really
everything.
good one.
Yeah,
Yes,
thank
a
you to
really
everybody
good
who
one.
donated. You're all amazing. You're going like we promise we are going to use every last dollar to improve the quality of this podcast as
Mhm.
much as we can. Um, your thank you. I don't know. I can't say anything else. I don't
Yeah,
like. I'm
thank
stuck.
you, and we appreciate it. We hope to see. Ooh, we actually. Do you want to announce the thing that we'll be doing next Sunday?
Uh, not
Season
until
one.
yeah,
No,
not
not until.
yeah, not
Okay.
until like we have like actual concrete plans to shoot it.
Got you. Okay. Cool,
Yeah,
cool.
peep the community tab for that announcement sometime
Yeah.
this week.
Just stay tuned. There's something interesting will be going down. I think you guys will like.
Yeah.
But yeah.
If anybody's new here, subscribe. Like. We do this every Sunday. Oh,
Yeah, we appreciate it. Good stream.
we appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. You're the best. Mike, Liv, you didn't need to do that, dude. Liv, like literally, I think gave us like a third of all the money from the stream. Liv, thank you so much.
Thank you for the 20. Thank you for the 20.
I'm so sorry about the start of the stream. I give you the follow back.
It seems I was wrong. It seems I was incorrect.
Liv, you're the best. I wish I could make you, I don't know, super mod. I don't know.
Super duper mod.
Thanks, Aiden. Oh my god. Okay, guys, we have to. Thank you so much. We got to do this. Oh my god.
We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you so much. We'll see you next week. Keep posted on the community tab, all that stuff for updates. We will hopefully we're gonna be seeing some cool stuff, and especially short term, bringing timestamps back is like the main priority for us. So thanks for bearing with us all this time, and we're going to, just to comment on that, just to clarify, we're going to like retroactively go back and like try to re-timestamp all the older episodes as well. So thanks everybody for watching, donating, subscribing, liking, all of that. You're the best. We'll see you next time.
Peace.
See ya. Honored One's birthday, one's subreddit. Oh, sorry. Small note before you guys go. My birthday is actually on the 28th of September, so I might want to do like an Honored One special stream. I'm not to talk about it with BR, but like we gotta celebrate me. All right, the biggest day of the year. Oh my god.
That isn't my birthday. So maybe like 25th biggest day after like a few holidays and things of that nature. But yeah, that can be something.
Actually, you know what we could do? I gotta talk to you about that off stream. Oh my god, that's a great idea. Okay. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. All right. Later. See you next week.